He's here. The zombie is set to team up with a black-stockinged femme fatale in a dream collaboration. And it all started because of a photo of ancient technology. It turns out, just moments ago, after the minister found the zombie and the others, he immediately called a meeting and shared the news of a call from the president with everyone. At those words, the zombie and the others instantly grew serious. It turns out the minister isn't the top dog among humans. There are several provinces in each region, spanning thousands of kilometers, and the minister is just the governor of Guangzhou province. With that said, the zombie and the others immediately started scheming. After fighting so long, it was just against a small fry. At this point, the minister explained again. This world is split into two continents, Country A and Country B. And we're in Country A. Long ago, for survival, the two nations cooperated for a time. But as the empire's military grew stronger, we got crushed at every exchange meeting, and they tried to annex us, aiming for unification. Luckily, our president's brilliance kept us independent. The zombie listened, utterly confused. What's an exchange meeting? Zeeling explained, simply put, it's a global military exercise, held every 4 years. Last time, they took the crown. The zombie, still baffled, muttered, what the heck? So boring. Just then, Launchy chimed in. Last time, in just the zombie hunting event, they wiped out 8 million zombies in a week. Then looked at the zombie as grand president. You've got to pitch in this time. The zombie freaked out. What, the 8 million? And this chick said, do they really see me as human? This is making me fight my own kind. Fortunately, the minister spoke up. This time, we set the challenges, so no zombie hunting event. Hearing this, the zombie relaxed. But all that monarchy to federation talk, total gibberish to me. Meanwhile, in Country B's capital, two black-stockinged a middle-aged man spoke slowly. Check out the photo on the table. It's from Country A, he said, and the women picked it up, studying its contents closely. And there, in the photo, was ancient technology, chasing the zombie on the moon. Seeing it, the women gasped, ancient tech? The mysterious man continued. Intel suspects Country A's got this tech. If it's true, it's a huge disadvantage for us. Next month, their president visits us, and you're my best operatives. That's why I called you, to investigate during the visit. As for your sister joining the rebels, the king's pretty upset, but nail this, and I'll plead her case. His words landed. Their gazes hardened. For her, for us. Prime Minister, rest assured. One's the modern genius, the other's ancient and crude. Together, they'd craft Earth's ultimate creature, just to defeat the zombie. Ever since the zombie beat ancient tech, Dr. Jimming, unyielding, snuck into ancient ruins, retrieving the ancient's long-dead body to his lab. Days passed quickly. Dr. Jimming stared solemnly at his creation. Mushroom had shouted, Unit 1 powered up. Units 2 and 3, report. As he spoke, staff stood ready. Unit 3 powered up. All this prep was to revive this millennium-dead ancient. Everything set. Mushroom Head turned to Jimming. Ready. Brother Ming, after 1,000 years, he's just a specimen. Can we really revive him? Hearing this, Dr. Jimming smirked arrogantly. In biology, there's nothing I can't do. He signaled his team to start. As his words fell, everyone flipped their switches. Instantly, a gust and blinding light filled the lab. That moment, Mushroom Head's heart raced with doubt and hope. Can he really come back? If we revive this badass, it'd be a biological miracle. Inside the lab, powerful currents surged over the ancient's body, smoke soon flooding the room. At that instant, everyone watched tensely, awaiting a miracle. As the smoke cleared, a strange cough echoed from the lab. Hearing it, Mushroom Head beamed, eager to see the ancient's grandeur. But as the dust settled, a bald, greasy middle-aged guy appeared. Mushroom Head flipped out. What the hell? Where's the ancient? Where'd he go? Why is it a bald dude? Unable to accept it, he stormed into the lab, grabbing the guy by the neck. Who are you? Where's my ancient? Facing Mushroom Head's rage, the bald guy claimed, I'm the ancient. Mushroom Head lost it, shoving a photo of the ancient in his face. Look at this. This is what the ancient should look like. Now look at yourself. Where's the resemblance? The bald guy whimpered. I really am the ancient. I'm just a programmer. No fighting skills. As a mech designer, I made myself look cool. What's wrong with that? This left Jimming outside speechless, bitter and helpless. All that effort, just for a weak coder? As he turned to leave, the guy called out, Hey, you out there. We're kindred spirits, right? Wanna chat? Jimming hesitated, then stepped in. Fine, what's up? Our starting points differ, but our goal's the same. We could team up. Jimming scoffed, moving to go. You lost to the zombie. I thought you'd be tougher than a vampire. My mistake. I got work to do. But then the ancient said, Zombie gene engineering. We studied it 1,000 years ago. Your approach? Drop it. The zombie's scary not for her strength, but her limitless, unknown growth. Jimming perked up. Go on. We're the world's sharpest minds. You've got biogenius and zombie genes. I've got unmatched tech and know-how for those genes. Why not make a new zombie? Everyone jolted, but Jimming quickly caught on, extending a hand deal. A zombie learning to fight zombies, helping humans hunt zombies, and guarding the president. Since beating the ancient, her fame spread across Blue Star. The president ordered the minister to find her and brief her on the Country B visit. It had to be the president himself. So the Grand President assigned her as his bodyguard. Ling exploded. This clown protecting the president. He'd better not kill him. Jiangxi shrugged innocently. What's this got to do with me? To Ling's worries. The minister said, no choice to visit soon. The empire's restless. And they know about the ancient. I fear Ling and Lan Qi, though concerned, couldn't argue. She's the strongest here. Seeing no objections, the minister decided to ensure safety. We've picked elites from each province's guards. And you, zombie, didn't you want into human ranks? With the president's order, no one will question you, but keep your zombie identity hidden. A zombie official is wild any era. Plus, from today, all Guangzhou presidents report to you. You can bring 2 aides, after briefing them. He left with a good luck. Soon, in the zombies building, her loyal crew gathered. She announced, the governor's sending us to guard the president. I can take 2 deputies. Who's with me? Xiaohei and Ago exchanged looks. Xiaohei spoke first. Year-end tax audits. I'm swamped. Ago and Yelvi echoed. Security and cleanup keep us busy. Then, Lang and Mao jumped up. King, we're free. We'll go. Show humans how reliable we are. Seeing their enthusiasm, the zombie nodded, pleased, leading Lang and Mao out. At the same time, Ling, Lan Qi, and other presidents arrived, eyeing the bold, yet adorable Lang and Mao. Lan Qi crouched by Mao, teasing him like a dog, which ticked Mao off. He roared at her. You dare treat me like a dog? I'll bite you. The sudden outburst startled Lan Qi. The pup talks. Ling cut in. They're her minions. Then to the zombie, come on. The president wants you. Soon, they reached the presidential building, but out-of-town presidents sneered. Took you long enough. Thought you chickened out. I don't get why your academy swapped the grand president for a nobody. Leaning close, he whispered mockingly in her ear. A weakling like you. I could take 10 of you. Why'd the president pick you? But before he finished, the zombie's fist smashed his face, sending him crashing into a steel wall, his head lodged in it. She drawled. What did you say? I didn't catch that. Onlookers gaped at her move. Stunned silent, she stood there, calm as ever. Their taunts cut short. No one dared speak. The air thick. She tilted her head. Anyone else? Silence. They shrank back. Her presence, undeniable. They'd underestimated her. Big time. The punch spoke. Louder than words. He dangled there. A lesson learned. She smirked. Next, the room held its breath. Too shocked to even speak, while Ling just rolled her eyes. Why'd you have to provoke that nutcase? Not long after, the zombie was summoned to the president's office. Facing this human president, the zombie's face was a mask of nervous tension, her body instinctively straightening. Then the president spoke. I hear you're strong, more than fit to be a bodyguard. So tell me, if I'm in danger, how would you protect me? Hearing this, the zombie scratched her head casually. No danger's a threat to me. Hearing such bold words, the president finally relaxed. Shortly after, the group boarded a plane to Country B. At the same time, on the ruins of a city near the empire's edge, a woman sat leisurely atop the wreckage, her icy gaze fixed on Country A's direction. Millennium Jiangxi, fresh as a bodyguard, faces big trouble, a zombie horde of her own kind. Behind it all was this stunning femme fatale. Just then, a subordinate named Aisha reported. The zombie legion's ready. Next up is your show, Big Sis. Watching the zombies roam the ruins, Big Sis mused. The world's so beautiful. Why do humans keep fighting? Aisha, not human himself, didn't get it either. Maybe for resources, he replied. But Big Sis disagreed. It's all about selfishness. Then, looking at the geared-up zombie legion below, she rallied them passionately. Brothers, you've all heard. Country A's president is visiting. Our mission is to take him down. Many ask why we're doing this. Since the zombie outbreak, I admit we've caused humans grief, but the truth is, zombies are no match for them. Against human tech, we're nothing. A century ago, humans already figured out how to control us, so why keep pushing military might? To wipe us all out? It's a conspiracy. Country A and Country B, they're hiding that zombies can think. Wiping us out is just their excuse to feud. Many good humans don't know How many families their wars have torn apart? How many conscious zombies died by their guns? Facts prove humans and zombies can be friends. After her rousing speech, the crowd roared back. Take down Country A's president. Tell the world we can coexist with humans. Meanwhile, Jiang Si and her team were on a plane to Country B. The exchange venue was packed with onlookers, media from both nations, broadcasting live. Even kids at home stared at their TVs, curious about this unseen president, but adults knew better. Despite friendly talks, there was shady stuff behind the scenes. Meanwhile, in Country B, the twin sisters tasked with security kept tabs on the president. Their job was to keep Country A's leaders safe, but knowing Big Sis, she might strike before the plane even lands, keeping them on edge. Big Sis's crew, Asher included, were ready, determined to take the president's head. Just then, Asher, a zombie, suddenly shuddered, dropping to his knees. His comrades rushed to check. They couldn't afford a slip-up now. Asher stared at the zombie's plane, mumbling, over there. A fear, something familiar. Meanwhile, the zombie on the plane was prepped. Millennium Zombie's latest bodyguard form, Suit Thug debuts, ready to face the femme fatale Big Sis. Just moments ago, the plane carrying Country A's president landed smoothly. Sensing the zombie, Asher was now trembling, his legs weak. Amid a swarm of reporters and guards, the plane's door slowly opened, everyone eager to glimpse the president, but out stepped a figure in a suit, white gloves, and a hat. None other than the Suit Thug Millennium Zombie. At that moment, Asher screamed into his radio, "Danger! Stop! Stop! You idiot, didn't you feel it?" The baffled sniper froze. He hadn't felt a thing, using focus-enhancing gear to lock in on the shot. Meanwhile, Big Sis, elsewhere, looked terrified, ordering, "Everyone, pull back. That's not the president." The zombie, now swarmed by flashing cameras, faced every lens aimed her way. TV viewers gawked. Who's this guy? And so, the zombie debuted to the world, amid clashing factions. What would happen next? In Country B, the twin sisters watched the zombie on screen, baffled. But from Country A's roster, they figured, this must be the president's top guard, the zombie. Still, she gave them an odd vibe. On the plane, the minister chimed in via comms. "Nice work, zombie. This is the effect we wanted. You're the bullet shield. Let's see who dares take a shot." Zeeling snapped, "Minister, you didn't used to be like this." Sending a subordinate to take bullets, the minister stayed calm. "She can't die anyway." He kept directing her. "Yes, Yeskin left and right. When the president steps out, block the sniper's blind spots. I can catch rockets. Do we really need this fuss over bullets?" The minister shrugged helplessly. "Deal with it. The president's just a regular guy, no steel body." Then, Country A's president emerged, waving warmly to the crowd. Country A's embassy chief rushed up. "Your Excellency, after a tiring trip, we've prepared a hotel for you. Rest tonight, visit tomorrow. This is the Hadijo governor, handling your reception." Ziling, suited up, stepped forward, reminding the zombie. Meanwhile, Big Sis was still reeling, baffled by that fleeting pressure. Was it an illusion? Morality's collapse or humanity's end? A zombie assassinating a human president? In Country B, the security twins watched closely, confused. Why hasn't Big Sis acted? Guess it's our turn. We've rigged a car with bugs to snatch ancient intel. We've got 7 days. But Country A's president refused their ride. Opting for his own car with the zombie, the minister ordered a comms blackout. The oblivious twins chatted. Why bring their own guards? If they wanted our security? The other twins scoffed. You trust Country A's muscle that much? I saw Ziling and Lan Chi. Remember last exchange? They got trashed. No matter their security, it's useless. Their strength's obvious. Then a staffer got intel. Bad news, they ditched our car. They took another one. The twins demanded, which one? But comms were jammed. They slammed the table in frustration. Meanwhile, the zombies team split. She took a hidden route with the president to the hotel. Ziling and Lan Chi took the decoy car, drawing attention. Big Sis, still dazed, asked Sniper Ajiao, "What now? Keep up the hit." She frantically ordered, "Stop, there's a weird one among them." But her signal cut out mid-sentence. Ajiao blinked. Kill or not? Crappy gear. She kicked the rifle away. With our skills, we need this junk to assassinate. Just charge in. She pulled a dagger. Don't worry, Big Sis. I'll wipe them out and report back. The Grand President still didn't get it. If we're safe in the car. Why all this comms blackout fuss? The minister explained. Every faction's got ulterior motives. You think this is safe? We've got jamming to deal with. They've got their own underground mess. Cut to the zombie. The president spoke, a bombshell zombie grand president. You're a zombie, right? She froze. He continued. You'll protect me, yeah? After her nod. He laughed. Interesting. Then I've got nothing to fear. He added. You won't suddenly decide to destroy us and rule the world, right? She calmly replied, not interested. But the driver, overhearing this, was anything but calm. Meanwhile, Aisher's crew lost Ajiao's signal, but knew she'd gone for the car. The twins, sensing danger too, raced to the scene. Lan Shi and Ziling, in their car, heard something. Then Ajiao dropped from above. You're all staying here. Foreign zombie Ghost Rider debuts, just moments ago. Ziling and Lan Shi were hit by an unknown attack. A massive explosion revealed a figure. Lan Shi and Ziling couldn't tell. What the hell is this? Another boom. The twins arrived, yelling to Lan Shi and Ziling, get away from that thing. Then, a camo-clad zombie appeared, the other half of the world's foreigners. A clash erupted. Chaos unfolding. The twins braced. This was no ordinary foe. Lan Shi and Ziling reeled. Hua, what is this? Ajiao loomed, ready to strike. The stakes soared. Danger imminent. All eyes locked. The fight was on. Smoke cleared. A showdown brewed. Tension spiked. Battle lines drawn. The twins stood firm. This was war. And then, the foreign zombie advanced. A global storm ignited. Let you see the might of our country, be zombies. Lan Shi had never seen such a bizarre foreign zombie. The twin sisters explained. This is one of our sisters' zombie minions. Suddenly, Ajiao conjured a mass of oil in her hands, then flung it out. She aimed her dagger at a lighter's flame. Swinging again, and a huge burst of fire shot forth. The twins urgently warned, don't touch that fire. It won't go out. Ziling looked at the twins, shocked. Yao Xiaoxua, Yao Xiaoyu, why are you here? But by then, the flames had surrounded Ziling and Lan Shi. Meanwhile, Aisha received a secret order from Big Sis. Drag Ajiao back at all costs. We've lost the assassination window. Ajiao's rogue rampage. We'll give Country B's president an excuse. Aisha, just recovering, saw a car speed by. Inside was the zombie. Just one glance, and Aisha nearly collapsed again. At the same time, over with Ajiao, Lan Shi struck first. But Ajiao, that sly fox, quietly pulled out a grenade, hurling it at Lan Shi. Before Lan Shi could react, it exploded. A smoke bomb. But the next second, a blade flashed. Lan Shi was slashed down with one strike. Ziling and the others gaped in shock. With Lan Shi's defeat, Ajiao crowed, who's next? Lan Shi lay there, barely breathing, before Ziling could act. The twins jumped in. 3 swords materialized before Ajiao. They darted to Ziling. Get your president out now. Take Lan Shi for help, she might still make it. They drew another sword. Guess it's up to us again. To Ajiao, we don't want to kill you. Leave now. Ajiao flared up. Bullshit. If you weren't Big Sis's little sisters, I'd have diced you up and sold you off. Clueless kids. Time to teach you a lesson for Big Sis. Don't say I didn't warn you. She slashed her wrist. Oil gushed, pooling everywhere. The twins were stumped. What was she up to? Ajiao tossed the lighter down. The oil ignited into a blazing sea. She stood still in the inferno. The flames, seeping into her body bit by bit. Moments later, all the fire converged on her head and hands. Ghost Rider Ajiao debuted in style. Explosive. Explosive. Lan Shi unlocked a new form. Versus the foreign zombie Ghost Rider, the twins were still reeling. They hadn't expected Ajiao could transform. Ajiao smirked. Never seen it? Good. I went easy on you for Big Sis's sake. You really thought you were hot stuff. The twins urged Ziling go, but Ziling didn't budge. Instead, she activated her second form. A voice cut in Ziling. Stand down. You stole the show last time. The gravely injured Lan Shi stood back up. Everyone turned to her. Like Ziling, she unlocked her second form. A mask like Ziling's appeared on her face. Let me feel how thrilling our grand president's genes are. Ziling drew her blade fine. Let's make it quick. No time to waste. The twins gawked, stunned. What the hell are these guys? Are you even human? Ajiao was lost too. She sensed a kinship. But something felt off. Lan Shi, sword in hand, taunted Ajiao. What were you waiting for? Didn't you say you'd wipe us out? Ajiao raised her hand to attack. All talk? I'll grant your wish. A loud boom. Ajiao summoned flames, punching a fireball at Lan Shi. It rocketed toward her. But then Lan Shi inhaled sharply, sucking all the flames into her gut. The twins couldn't believe it. Then Lan Shi's figure blurred past them. In a flash, she was in front of Ajiao, delivering a brutal kick. Ajiao twisted into a pained grimace she never expected. Such raw power from one kick. Is this humanly possible? Then her comms crackled with Big Sis's voice. Ajiao, respond if you hear me. But Ajiao, caught up in the fight, snapped. I'm busy. Stop bugging me. Crazy. Lan Shi's gone nuts. Ever since witnessing Ziling's potent second form, Lan Shi, rivalry burning after years, refused to be outdone. Both presidents. She wouldn't let Ziling surpass her, so Lan Shi sneaked into the lab, ignoring Xiao Zhao's protests, knowing the tech wasn't fully tested, unsure of future side effects, but still injected zombie genes into herself. That's why Lan Shi could stand, even after being hacked to near death. But Ziling, seasoned in transformation, warned Lan Shi. Control your emotions. Ajiao, thrilled, smirked. Interesting. Now we've got a real game. A giant fiery blood aura flared behind her. The twins gaped. Lan Shi's mouth oozed flame. The fire sheet swallowed. Came spewing back out. Take it back. No one expected. It could be spat out. Ajiao was engulfed in a firestorm before she could react. Lan Shi charged her. A fierce punch sent her flying, crashing hard into the ground. Lan Shi laughed skyward. This feels amazing. Ajiao scrambled up, roaring, what the fuck? What are you? Ziling shouted, control it, or you'll lose your mind. Go completely mad. But it was too late. Lan Shi had lost it. Black liquid drooling from her mouth, snarling, I'll eat her. Meanwhile, the zombie safely delivered the president to the hotel, then got a call from the minister zombie. Ziling and Lan Shi are in trouble. Check it out now. This is our turf. The president's secure. The zombie didn't hesitate, got it. I'm on it. A loud boom. The zombie arrived. Her stunning look instantly captivated the twins. Just moments ago, Lan Shi's second form went berserk, turning into a terrifying zombie. Even Ajiao, a real zombie, was floored. Who the hell's the zombie here? Then Big Sis's voice crackled through. Ajiao, listen. Stop the mission now. Something terrifying's heading your way. That terrifying thing was the zombie ancestor rushing in. She leaped with full speed toward Lan Shi, each spinning jump like a cannon firing. But Ajiao wouldn't budge. I'm not leaving. I'm not losing. We haven't settled this. A figure appeared behind her, grabbing Ajiao and leaping away. Ajiao muttered, hey. Ague, we're not done. Ague snapped a mass. Keep going, and you're dead. But Lan Shi wasn't letting them off. No one's escaping. Leave your lives here. A massive Kamehameha-like blast shot from her mouth, instantly chasing Ajiao and Ague. Ague thrust out a hand, shouting to redirect it. But shockingly, it didn't divert, nearly wiping him out. The energy pierced through, hitting a building behind them, stunning the twins too. What the heck is this? New tech. The blast's force rocked them. Then they saw in horror. The struck building was collapsing toward them. No time to dodge. Lan Shi, drained, couldn't help. Her energy output way past her limit. Just as they braced for the a hole blasted through the building. The twins opened their eyes. A figure stood heroically before them, their stockings torn to nets. But their focus locked on this man, eyes wide. It was the zombie, in her dashing third form. She'd arrived just in time, saving the twins from the collapse. One look from her, and the twins were mesmerized. But berserk Lan Shi was still out of control. Spewing terrifying energy, the zombie raised a hand. Clenching it tight, Lan Shi's mask shattered. Her body went limp, about to collapse. Ziling dropped her form, catching Lan Shi. Didn't I tell you to control it? Lan Shi groaned sorry. Got too excited. The twins watched, stunned, as Lan Shi reverted. Then they turned to the zombie, who'd shifted back to her base form. They rubbed their eyes. Am I seeing things? I swear I saw a hot guy. The older twin nodded. Me too. Was it the same guy? They dismissed it as a trick, or maybe wishful thinking. The younger spat, but the zombie's identity still intrigued them, despite years of research. They'd never encountered her like. Watching her leave with Lan Shi, the twins muttered. They've got ancient tech. Damn it. No wonder they're so strong. We didn't even get a shot. We look useless. Then word came. The Empire's president's at the hotel. They realized the mission had shifted. Their focus now. They grumbled. What a mess. The twins stood there, frustrated, their plans upended. Still, the zombie's power lingered in their minds, an enigma beyond their grasp. They knew this was just the start. of something bigger. So we've been played this whole time. Now we can only head back to HQ and plan long-term. Meanwhile, the twins ordered their team to investigate who exactly this zombie is in Country A. At the same time, A Jiao had been dragged back to her base. The moment she landed, she bolted toward Egue. What the hell? I wasn't done fighting. Egue didn't hold back. You're trapped, you idiot. If I hadn't saved you, you'd be toast. Then, with a serious look, he said, forget that mystery guy for now. We've already missed our assassination shot. Earlier, I sensed two unfamiliar auras. Two powerful zombies went berserk, wrecking our plans. Hearing this, A Jiao jolted. Two bosses showing up at once isn't small potatoes. But what they didn't know was that with a plane's arrival, marked pet transport. Inside were none other than the zombies' two minions. Pet bosses made their grand entrance. Finally, someone remembers Ajun. Just moments ago, a pet transport plane landed in the Empire, carrying the zombies' lackeys, Alang and Amao, grumpy and ready to blow off steam the second they hit the ground. But a hand yanked them back. Lon, Chi sternly bluffed, keep it low-key, or I'll tell your boss about. Ajun strung up on the roof. That image flashed in Amao's mind, nearly setting him off. But he quickly lay flat, barking, woof woof woof. The twins eyed Amao and Alang. Your pets look unique. Guilty, Ziling forced a laugh. Yeah, pretty unique indeed. Lon Chi shifted focus, whistling. The twins rolled their eyes. Can't you tell a jab when you hear one? Then they shook Ziling's hand, nothing else, right? Visit starts in 2 days, happy cooperation. With that, they parted. The twins watched Ziling's back. Are these two sharper than they look? We've never gotten along. They won't spill the source of that power. Only one option left. They glanced at the younger twin. You're expert here yet? Should be at HQ by now. 2 days later. Just like that. Country A's president kicked off a 7-day visit. Every stop, broadcast live by TV stations. Viewers, Country A's president has reached our biggest mall, checking out our business model, might even sign big trade deals. This morning, he toured tech firms. This afternoon, met our vampire queen. Tonight, he'll hold a round to discuss some matters. Days of hustle later. Ziling stretched, flaunting her figure exhausted. Finally, the visit's almost over. Good thing they cooperated with security, or I'd be dead. Meanwhile, the twins kept tabs on the zombie. You sure you saw him turn into a hunk? Positive, me eyes don't lie. Then a Contra-looking guy appeared. Prime Minister sent me to assist, name your target. The twins pointed at the screen. Him. Visits done, time's tight. He's all mysterious. No record of him in Country A. We've got nothing. But I'm sure he's tied to the ancients. The man pulled out a capsule. Got it. In my field, nothing's impossible. He pressed it, smoke puffed out. When it cleared, Country B's president stood before them. How's that? Convincing, huh? How long has Jiangxi lived? Ziling was curious. Finally free, she handed Jiangxi a drink. Sometimes I really want to ask. How old are you? Jiangxi broke a sweat. Don't know. Forgot. Ziling mused. 800 years. 1,000? 2,000. Suddenly, she tossed the drink, turned and walked off. Why'd I ask such a dumb question? Pointless anyway. Doesn't even know her age. Might as well sleep. Meanwhile, Big Sis's two goons, Asher and Buddy, had nearby. Jittery. You sure we gotta come here? Asher said, just want to confirm. Who I saw that day. Definitely not human. He tried sneaking after the zombie. She didn't turn, but Asher froze, terrified. A chilling aura radiated from her. That pressure sent him running. Nope. I'm out, let's go. Then the zombie's phone rang. Ziling's voice, president needs you. The zombie frowned. Didn't she just say sleep? But on the line. It was the twins, using a voice changer. Don't worry about me. President's got business. 614. We're waiting. Real Ziling and Lan Chi got calls too. President needs us. But they couldn't reach the zombie. The twins had cut their comms. Their plan: nab the zombie. Extract her memories. Find that power source. Meanwhile, Ziling and Lan Chi reached the president. Of course, Alang and Amao were caged. He was playing Tetris. Seeing them, he blurted, I need to pee. Ziling and Lan Chi's minds raced with curses. They escorted him to the bathroom, but didn't follow. It's our turf, what could happen? But they didn't know. Asher, spooked by the zombie earlier, was in there, peeing and plotting. We planned to snatch the president, but that zombie ruined it again. Then another pee stream sounded. It was the president. He glanced at Asher. Well, damn. Nice one, bro. Outside, Ziling and Lan Chi stood guard. A loud crash. Asher burst out, president over his shoulder. They couldn't believe it. Jackpot. After all that searching, it just fell into our laps. Oh no, oh no. The Empire's president got nabbed by a zombie, just now. Country A's president went to pee, peeked at Asher's junk. Pissed off, Asher snatched him. This effortless win. They couldn't let it slip. A pee break, and we bagged a president. Big Sis will worship us for this. Outside the bathroom, Ziling and Lan Chi heard the ruckus. The president's that wild. Peeing's this loud? They crept to the men's side. President gone. They freaked. Hit the alarm. Lock this down. Find him before the media does. They alerted Country B too. Happened on your turf, help us. Whole city surveillance. Still no word from the zombie. Where'd she go? Ziling panicked. Lan Shi wanted to transform and search. Ziling stopped her. You nearly didn't revert last time. Without the zombie, you could lose it. Kill everyone, including him. Even I can't fully control her power. Don't become the threat. Only as a last resort. No zombie genes, but how do we find him fast? Then Ziling eyed the cage. A Lang and A Mao. They're her top dogs, boss-level zombies. She handed them the president's item. Lan Shi doubted. You serious? They're not bloodhound scan they track. Released, A Lang grabbed A Mao, flung him out. Leaped onto a rock, blasted after him. Leave it to us. The force nearly leveled the building. Ziling and Lan Shi gaped. What the hell? Is this? Same as our transformations, like cannonballs. A Lang and A Mao caught up to Asher. Drop him if you want to live. Asher spun around. Damn it, Country is sick zombie royalty on us. He sped up back to HQ. A Lang and A Mao gave chase. You're toast. Ziling and Lan Shi. One word chase. The zombies pet A Lang transforming. Empire versus Empire war loomed. Hilariously. The first clash was zombie on zombie. After the Empire nabbed Country A's president, the zombies' pet crew and Lan Shi's team pursued. Asher and company, president in tow, hit their gate. Others saw and jaws dropped. Asher panicked. He knew 2 boss-level zombies were on his tail. A Lang and A Mao arrived. Intruders spotted. Country B's zombies snapped to battle mode. A Lang and A Mao faced the whole horde. Strong as they were, they stayed sharp. Hand him over. We can skip a war. A Gue chuckled. War. Humans haven't even clashed, and we zombies kick it off. As zombie leaders. Why side with humans? A Lang eyed the humans. Yuri wanted to talk. Aren't you cozy with them too? Asher puffed up. UVE got no right. We're fighting for zombie kind. Tension spiked. Standoff set. War loomed. Zombie versus zombie. Irony thick. First blood drawn. Between their own. Asher braced. A Lang and A Mao pressed. Country B's crew rallied. Battle lines formed. Chaos brewed. Stakes soared. Fate hung. All in. The clash imminent. Empire versus Empire. Zombie showdown. History's twist. War's first spark. Ignited by their own. Asher stood firm. A Lang loomed. Country B braced. All eyes locked. Tension snapped. Battle roared. No turning back. Zombie war. Unleashed. No mercy. All in. Hell broke loose. Zombie might. Clashed. No quarter. War's dawn. Fate sealed. Zombie reign. Rising. Blood called. Chaos reigned. No end. War's cry. Echoed. Zombie tide. Surged. For the future survival of the zombie clan, a grand plan. A Lang smirked dismissively at that. And faint, distant memories surfaced. Turns out, A Lang started as just an ordinary, year-old crow, a nobody in the flock. They cleaned up corpses and trash for humans, hunted pests, reduced disease risks for them. But in human mouths, they became pests themselves, embodiments of terror and evil. A Lang went on. I hate humans, not for their bias, but out of envy. I wanted to be human, to have legs like them, to possess their awareness and intellect, to be a higher being. But reality was, as a lost bird, I was wiped out by humans. Then the zombie came, changing his life forever. Back then, Earth had just endured a brutal war. In some ruins, the zombie found A Lang, half a body left, named him right there. Her words back then still echo in his mind. Hatred and destruction solve nothing, and facts prove their plans greater. Iguay got it. No deal to be made here. Then Lan Shi and Ziling caught up. Untransformed, far weaker than A Lang. By now, A Jiao had transformed, flames cloaking her. Iguay, why waste words on them? She pointed at Lan Shi's crew. This ain't your turf. Don't think we Empire zombies are pushovers. But Lan Shi and Ziling suddenly noticed A Lang radiating a terrifying vibe. His form shifting. He still recalled what the zombie told him. Human or something else, you decide what you are. And now, A Lang's transformation finished, into a stunning human figure. Don't underestimate a zombie's pets. Their dog looks just a disguise. Their true forms are suffocating, power beyond insane. A Lang, once just a zombie's, rescue from 1,000 years back, a broken-winged bird. Now a blonde, buff heartthrob. Ziling gawked. What the hell? Lan Chi was speechless. Weren't you supposed to be a dog? A Jiao went full blaze. A wingless sparrow. Pretending to be human. What's with the attitude? Lan Chi warned A Lang, watch out. We've tangled with her before. A Jiao's no slouch. Meanwhile, A Jiao's attack hit A Lang. But then, A Lang unleashed a fierce wind blast. Lan Chi and Ziling struggled to stand. They opted to bail, tasked with retrieving the president. Meanwhile, A Jiao zipped to A Lang, only to get punched flying by him. Everyone gasped. That one hit twisted A Jiao into a grimace again, but A Lang wasn't done. Charging up, he slashed out wind blades, compressed into 3 deadly streaks, slicing a building clean apart. Country A's grunt zombies, blasted skyward by that strike. When A Gui snapped to, A Jiao was down. 3 massive gashes on her. Both sides stunned by the damage. That's insane. A Lang looked downright cool. A Gui bristled. Empire zombies, on me. Everyone, take him down. Drive these 2 out. He hurled bombs at A Lang. Didn't even scratch him. Even A Gui's full force hit. A Lang blocked with one hand, then smashed back like a cannon. Meanwhile, Lan Chi and Ziling found the president, still on Aisher's shoulder, fleeing fast. A Gui saw, sent zombies to block. Before Lan Chi or Ziling could act, A Mao stepped up. Behind him, massive wings sprouted. Then 2 giant hands slammed down hard, instantly swatting the grunts chasing Lan Chi. Next, A Mao transformed. Lan Chi and Ziling gaped again. This day, probably their loudest ever. And now A Mao turned into a 10,000-meter monstrosity. Crazy. The zombies' lackeys were unreal. One a dashing blonde, the other an ancient freak. 10,000-meter A Mao, one stomp, flattened a building. A Gui cursed, holy crap. An ancient freak? Lan Chi and Ziling flipped. What the hell can you do that? Why were you in cages then? I freed you thinking you're harmless. But this destruction matches our transformations. Don't hurt the president. A Mao towered, visible to anyone not blind. Far off, Aisher saw it. What the hell? He handed the president to Mushroom Head. Take this guy to Big Sis. I'm going back to help. Crank the consciousness booster. It'll amp us up. Or even all Empire zombies won't match these 2. Even if we die. Gui, facing transformed A Lang and A Mao, was floored. Damn it. Ancient monsters in this era, not just boss zombies. Mushroom Head hauled the president to Big Sis. She exploded. Kill him outright. Why bring him? Do I look desperate for a man? Mushroom Head bolted. A Gui and Aisher are in danger. Gotta help. His task. Boost Aisher's consciousness. But how much? Too much. Power spikes, but we'd revert to mindless husks after. Facing A Mao and A Lang, they couldn't care less. Screw it, just crank it. All Country A zombies surged in strength, charging A Mao. A Lang saw. DNA mixed with human tech. Didn't see that coming, but these grunts don't match us. We obey one alone. A Mao swung his giant hand, wiping out the rush in one hit. Just one blow. Yes. Even boosted. A Mao slap crushed them all. A Gui snapped. Lunged at A Lang. Caught in his grip, slammed down hard. A Gui spat blood. This is their real power. A Mao, ancient freak, had kin, his past unveiled. After A Lang downed A Gui, Aisher, handing off the president, rushed back. Hit A Mao head on. Mushroom Head maxed the booster. Aisher morphed into a 10,000-meter beast, matching A Mao. A Mao jolted. Another of my kind. Aisher charged. Ancient titans clashed. Meanwhile, A Lang coldly eyed A Gui, rising, blood gushing, still swinging at A Lang. You're so strong. Why help humans? We're your kin. A Lang's fist answered. I can't answer that. My orders are to retrieve the human president. He smashed A Gui's face. A Gui wailed. We just want our race to live. What's wrong with that? Meanwhile, A Mao got tackled by Aisher. Pushed back, not done. You're not welcome here. But then, Aisher froze. A Mao sneered. Hand over the human president, or you all die here. He choked Aisher, his might. Terrified onlookers Ziling and Lan Chi, one hand on Aisher, the other conjured a red orb, blasted it into Aisher, chased him down. Lifted his massive frame. Aisher echoed A Gui. With this power, why be human lapdogs? You could destroy everything. A Mao's reply differed. Who says I don't want to wipe out humans? He spilled his tale. Back then, he was just a freak clan zombie baby. Freaks weren't mindless. They had awareness, their own food, just wanted their own turf, to live their lives. Then damn humans came. With their so-called tech. Raise the freaks home. Exterminate all not like us. His elders died fighting. None left. His parents hid him in ruins to escape the hunt. Young Amao watched humans butcher his kin. He didn't get why they called freaks monsters. When to him, humans were worse. He hated them more than anything. Craved revenge, but hated his own weakness more. When humans thought freaks were gone, Earth free of freak zombies, chained Amao was found. Thinking his fate sealed, a figure saved him. He saw a kindred. His fate's gears turned. 1,000 years back, the zombies' war on humans, sparked by a freak baby. He saw her might, her form odd to him. But he knew they were kin. Alone, she faced a human army. One gesture wiped out all their ground tech. The zombie won against a race. Land, sea, space weapons, all useless against her. That war, her stand, his witness. Power raw, kinship clear. Her fight, his spark. One move, tech erased. That's her, one versus all. Every weapon. Land, sea, space, all feudal. Even among the freak clans, it was a name that struck fear. Laser weapons that could vaporize zombie cells were useless before her. Not a scratch. The humans they took pride in, their strongest mech warriors, couldn't withstand a single blow from her. Back then, the zombie did what Amao dreamed of most. That's when he saw the terror on his freak kin's faces, mirrored on humans. Thankfully, Amao survived that world-shaking war. But other creatures weren't so lucky. The zombie raised human civilization, and all life on Earth too. That battle dried up the oceans, vaporized most living things. A world once split into hundreds of continents, fused into just two. All the zombie did, Amao could never achieve in his lifetime. He knew her hatred for humans rivaled his own. Gazing at a world like a graveyard, void of life, Amao didn't sense any joy in her victory over revenge. In her eyes, he saw. Then she found the wingless Alang. Amao had been hiding behind her. Her words to Alang, he remembered clear as day. Hatred and destruction solve nothing. As long as we're no threat to humans, we can fulfill this grand plan. From then on, Amao became her second follower. How terrifying is she? Just glimpsing her memories turned someone into a vegetable. Just now, Amao recounted her raw power he'd witnessed, and her grand plan. That's why he followed her. Ziling and Lan Chi were floored. Amao swung his giant hand, flinging Asher hard. But he didn't buy Amao's story. He thought, no one that strong could exist in this world. If such a zombie existed, why do we still struggle to survive? And if she wiped out humans back then, why are humans still around? Amao didn't bother explaining. Ask the humans yourself. Meanwhile, with the zombie, she stood still before a fake president. But this imposter was already pissing himself in fear. He'd actually hypnotized her. Saw her memories, then spat blood. His disguise fading. Panicking, the twins watching. What did this idiot see with his hypnosis? Speak, damn it. Hey, why'd you revert? No matter how they yelled. The blonde slumped in his chair, muttering killed our ancestors. Then foamed and passed out. The clueless twins scratched their heads, wanting to press him. The older one, sensing trouble, rushed out. Call an ambulance. Stop screaming, save him first. Shortly after, the fake blonde, foaming, was rushed off. The twins pleaded, don't die. At least finish talking first. After treatment. They grilled the doctor. Answer grim, not looking good. The younger twin snapped, fine if he's not dead, just needs to talk. Doc sighed, don't expect much. Alive's a win. Vegetable now, he'll never speak. They broke down. Meanwhile, the zombie woke, realizing she'd dozed off. The president gone. Then the minister called. Finally reached you. Someone took the president. Jiangxi blinked confused. He was just here. Minister cut in. Half an hour ago, he was moved. She clicked trouble. A boom. She smashed through the building, shot off like a meteor. To keep the real president's location hidden, Asher had gone berserk. Want your president? Step over my corpse first. Lan Chi noticed. Other zombies synced into frenzy. Amao saw no reasoning. Fine. Vanish with this surface then. A massive energy ball formed before him. Except Alang, calm as ever. Everyone froze at its power. Mushroom head surrendered. Stop. We'll hand him over. Then, a giant hand blocked Amao. It was her, racing in, standing alone. Atop Asher's huge head. One word, stop. Her arrival chilled every raging zombie. Asher's eyes widened. One glance. All zombies dropped to their knees, chanting, Hail our king. Silence gripped the scene. Am I to Asher see now? Asher, broken. No longer saw her as kin, but an ancestor. She asked Asher where's the human president? Once defiant, he spilled. B basement, left turn, command post. She vanished. A Gue, battling A Lang, knelt, defeated. A Lang and A Mao were terrifying. But he could fight. Against her, the pressure outweighed them combined. Meanwhile, the real president, gun to his head by Big Sis, he spoke. Wait. Your country B's rebel leader? A girl, huh? Impressive. She didn't flinch. Men's sweet talk bullshit. Think flattery saves you, old fart. He shouted, I've got ancient human tech intel. As a human, don't you want to know? That worked. She ripped off his hood. Spill it, me patience is thin. He eased into it. You must know. Country B's secrecy. We found ancient ruins, met them face to face. Beat one, but their tech remains. Country B stalled my visit, to pry that intel from me. You're pushing us to self-destruct. Spare me. I'll give you the ancient secrets. Wield their tech. Wouldn't you rather do it yourself? She sensed a snag. You're stalling, you sly bastard. I'm not dumb. She drew her gun. But zombies blocked her. Her own. Ones she'd given awareness. Now stopping her. She looked up. The zombie stood before her. It clicked her doing. No matter her defiance. She was their king. She saved the president. Big Sis, restrained, glared at her. Still clueless who he was. He hadn't expected the Empire's zombie boss to be a human girl. Kinda interesting. But he shrugged. Not my concern. She can't kill who she wants. Not this guy. The president waved. Yo, President Jiang, you're here. Big Sis thrashed. Yelled at her zombies. Stop them, last chance. No response. Her once loyal crew stood still. She got it controlled. Even boosters didn't work. Then, she ordered release her after we leave. We're civilized zombies. No random killing. Soon. She brought the president back. Zeeling and Lan Chi rushed up. He grinned, didn't expect a pee break to turn into this. Sorry, just call it a tour. Her brain glitched. Weirdo was chatting with me. Then bam, he's miles away. Does he have powers? Humans are wild. Lan Chi and Zeeling facepalmed. Country Ace president. Zombie camp day trip done. Her security escorted him to the hotel. A Lang and A Mao ordered to stand down. Country B's zombies spared a grim fate. After the tour, Country A's president wrapped his last visit day, met Country B's people. Headed back next day. Security team. After the, now on 24-hour watch. A Lang and A Mao, back to pet mode, tagging along. Meanwhile, the twins in another nation. Their ancient intel hunt, officially a bust. A month later, on a training ring, Lan Chi and Zeeling sparred. Both transformed. Zeeling coaching, control your breath. Focus upper core to your palms. Before she finished, Lan Chi charged. Xiao Xiao, watching, gaped. Their forms clashed. Lan Chi thrilled. This is too fun, Xiao Xiao yelled. Lan Chi, mind your emotions. Techs, log their stats. The fight raged. Zeeling kicked, sent Lan Chi flying. Her experience won out. Edge secured. Sparring paused. Data crunched. Lesson learned. Control honed. Power tamed. Skills sharpened. Breath synced. Force focused. Xiao Xiao awed. Clash after clash. Intensity soared. Zeeling reigned. Training peaked. Mastery neared. Xiao Xiao beamed. Progress locked. Stats recorded. Limits pushed. Edge refined. Fight closed. Zeeling stood tall. Veterans win. Slight but sure. The duel between Zeeling and Lan Chi rages on, driving Xiao Xiao on the sidelines into a panic. Indeed, after all, this sparring's goal was just to gather data, and now the data's collected. But as Lan Chi gets kicked flying by Zeeling, his temper flares up. He flips back, hands on the ground. Before Zeeling retracts her leg, he spins backward, delivering a fierce kick to Zeeling's head. Low damage, but max insult. So they charge again, fists flying, pounding each other blow for blow, until both land headshots simultaneously, sending them reeling back. They steady themselves by their weapons. Xiao Xiao shrieks, flailing. He knows what's next, a clash of deadlier weapons. Sure enough, Lan Chi strikes first, grabbing his gear and rushing in. After a terrifying boom, they vanish into the smoke. Xiao Xiao barks orders. Quick, sedatives. Then, a flood of sedatives sprays them. When Lan Qi and Ziling reappear, their weapons shattered in that fierce clash. Yet they still won't stop. Under Xiao Xiao's stunned gaze, they collide again. This time head-to-head, blast-to-blast weapons, piercing each other's hearts. Ziling coughs, blood spitting. Their brawl finally halts. Xiao Xiao, from the data, concludes their transformed strength outstrips their base by over 20-fold. Way beyond Xiao Xiao, it's tied to their original power. Same transformation, but Xiao Xiao can't touch them. Scarier still, they stabbed each other's hearts. Out of transformed state. And healed fast. Something even Xiao Xiao can't do, he reckons. Lan Qi and Ziling aren't human anymore. Their recovery, faster than he imagined. Godlike. Lan Qi snatches Xiao Xiao's notes. He didn't expect this power's price. Ziling disagrees. I've got consciousness, a body, not like those mindless monsters. To her, only the thoughtless are zombies. Xiao Xiao tries to speak. Ziling cuts him off. We need gear to control our emotions. Summit soon. I don't want to lose it and slaughter everyone. Meanwhile, post-visit. Everyone enjoys a rare breather. Zombie included. He's about to dig into his meal, feeling extra chipper. A knock interrupts. Jiangxi, mid-bite, grumbles. Opens the door, temper fades. Ziling, president needs you now. Come with me. Elsewhere. DR. White fur, quiet for ages. Stirs trouble again. A millennium, zombie really, just 1,000 years. Maybe. His true secrets, unknown. That sealed past. To be unveiled. By the planet's last ancient. DR. By Mao watches. The ancient, intrigued. Green fur spots something off. A mech designer. Doing bio experiments? More bio than us. Then, jaw-dropping. Liquid in a test tube. Floats upward. Multiplying. Ancient explains liquid metal. Nanotech. Earth's crude metals. Can't support. Vast tech bases. Or enhanced bodies. This liquid metal moves through any space. Shapes to your will. Harder than the planet itself. Green fur's mind is blown. This too wild. Earth's got this. Synthetic. One-drop self-replicates. Beats us by miles. All ancients had this. Hard to fathom. How advanced you were. Ancient shrugs too advanced. We lived like trash. Everything relied on AI. Machines did it all. We were giant babies. Maxed out tech and force. Still couldn't beat him. Green fur knows who him is. Panics that strong. Can we win? How'd you make zombies? Ancient retorts who said. Zombies are from our time. They mutated humans from the start. Older than we can grasp. Green fur gulps. Civilizations above you. Ancient nods time for history. Like all, we began agrarian. Farming in a zombie outbreak. One farmer turned. Over ages. We fought with basic gear to end them. We took a different path. Not like you, boosting bodies. We maxed knowledge on tech. After nearly a millennium, our tech leaped. Mid-progress. We uncovered a shock. Zombifications from a gene virus. Not man-made. Tracing human origins. We found something terrifying. It's been with us all along. Zombies birthed from primal humans. The highest strain. We know little. But gene history shows 6 human civilizations before us. Their rise and fall tied to him. He destroyed more than one. Green fur pales. DR. By Mao stunned. Zombies far older. Ancient continues. When we realized such a being walked Earth, we panicked. So we pushed tech, frantically. No humans within 500 kilometers of him. We studied his habits, his genes. Tech peaked. We thought, strong as he was, just a carbon life form, couldn't beat light speed. But we failed. In our last second, for humanity's sake, we buried fertilized cells, leading to your era. He never imagined. The president he saved would go this big, offering Lan Qi and Ziling. Just now, Ziling brought him to a port. He puzzled not the office. Ziling, see for yourself. A massive carrier floats. President spots him. President Jiang. Finally, long time no see. He hugs him. Thanks for saving me. Country B's lucky to have you. Arm around him. To thank you, a big gift. Name it money. Women. Don't like that? How about Ziling and Lan Qi? He's speechless. President cuts in. Not your thing. No worries, here's another. A navy, 4 carriers. 60 warships. From today you're Super President Jiang. Humanity's fate in your hands. Don't let us down. Lan Qi gawks. Such trust in him. He's stunned. Yells in shock. Lan jealous. Why were you yelling? I don't even have a navy. Besides the minister. Presidents just run cities. Some army. President waves. Greet your chief. Rows of officers. President Jiang, loud. Music kicks off. Turns out. Navy advisors. Poached from ministers. For Jiangxi's officer training. Cannon fires. Carrier launches. Congrats, President Jiang promoted. Elsewhere. Dr. by Mao. Hearing zombie history. Frowns. Fertilized cells buried. Trembling. You mean we? Came from your eggs. Green fur freaks out. Ancient panics calm down. Just a few hundred. Let them breed. Thousands of years genes shifted. Geniuses like you unexpected. Humanity's greatness. Dr. by Mao tunes out. Focused on his lab. A green figure. Tubes everywhere. Green fur grimaces this it. Lame vibe. Dr. by Mao half done. Zombie gene fusion body. No consciousness yet. That's the ancient's job. Ancient pulls out. His metal injected. That's it. Done. Next step. Yeast awaits. Test looms. Future stirs. Unknown brews. Lab hums. Plans shift. Secrets deepen. Past unfolds. New dawn. Edges near. Metal flows. Life sparks. Fate twists. Power grows. Lab alive. Creation nears. Green stirs. Tubes hum. Birth looms. New era. Dawn breaks. Form takes. Mind waits. Next phase. Edge nears. Ancient guides. Future calls. Lab glows. Metal shifts. Life begins. By then, we'll have a mechanical zombie. Enhanced with the universe's toughest metal. An immortal body fused with zombie genes. Strength rivaling the original. Green fur suddenly senses something off. Shouts, wait a sec. We're making a zombie clone, right? We forgot what he thinks now. He's all about peace with humans. If this one shares that mindset, he'd kill us without hesitation. Dr. Jemming explains. We can't give him the current ideology. Ancient adds. We should be cautious. From what we know of him, we can only implant my era's zombie mindset, but Green Fur's still uneasy. Your era, how do you think? If he shakes hands with the zombie. We worked for nothing, Ancient admits. I don't know what he thought then, just that. Back then, he slaughtered humans on sight. Green Fur's dumbfounded. Only Dr. Jimming stays chill. Who cares what he thinks? It's made, let fate decide. Awesome's here. Two nations, top women showdown. About to kick off, just now. Country A and B's summit nears. TVs start live broadcasts. Despite the distance, same race ties them. So every 4 years, a summit. This time at sea. Live globally. In a contest format. To exchange, beauty and might, showing off human strength. Country A's presidents, Country B's generals gather, departments roll in. Summit starts tomorrow. Today, a volleyball exhibition. Featuring the nation's strongest and hottest women. Hype peaks. Lan Qi in a yellow bikini. Ball in hand. Ziling in white, sexy swimsuit, versus the twins. Country B's fierce duo. Even in exhibition, no one wants to lose. Our big goof, President Jiang. Zombies there too. Meanwhile, President Yuan grins, ready for drama. Nothing beats these women tearing it up. Crowd sees zombie, sneers. Who's that shrimp? Summit president. Why's he got a zombie vibe? Last report mentioned him weak. Zombie eyes Ziling's legs. Her legs grew back. President Yuan Bio-Prez made prosthetics. Too real. Whistle blows. Game on. Lan Qi serves. Ziling leaps. Slams it. This ball's 40 kilos. Normal folks can't lift. Let alone smack. It rockets like a bullet. Twins nearly miss. They're not messing around. They leap. Smash back. Lan Qi jumps early. Die, you bastard. Balls like cannon fire. Crowd yawns in awe. This an exhibition? Meanwhile, a tattooed beauty watches silently. Elsewhere at sea, big sis. On a massive carrier. Drop your arrogance. I paid big, not for you to slack. Two goons hold their breath. A scoff. From Vampire Queen Zhu Xiaoong, she's pissed. Goon grins queen. Chill. To Big Sis easy, easy. What's the job? Big Sis spills. Country A and Empire Summit. Sea showdown. Infiltrate. Make them self-destruct. Can you? Vamp Goon nods can. How much? Big Sis 3 fingers. 3,000 tons of gold. Goon's ecstatic. But also Xiaohong. Drop the attitude. Xiaohong's about to blow. Goon Queen, stay cool. Remember our loan. 40% interest. Centuries to pay. Xiaohong stalks toward Big Sis. Goons block. What were you doing? 5 meters from our boss. Xiaohong sneers. What? Think I'll eat her. We're allergic to ancient. Stay back. Big Sis, enough, stand down. Xiaohong stares. Human girl. I don't care what you want. Besides, one I can't beat. No one's my match. But my help costs extra. Big Sis just sparked their civil war. Deal sealed. Per Vampire Queen. Noble Ju Xiaohong. For loan debts, take side gigs. Unaware. Her nightmare awaits. So cool. Jiangxi scores new skin. Just now. Summit hasn't started. Volleyball exhibition sparks. Zombie caught in crossfire. To dodge. Runs. Next second. Faceplants ball. Stiffens. Lan Shi out of bounds. Twins bullshit. Hit your own guy. Refus bomb. Every year you two. Fight now. Summit ends early. White-haired beauty appears. Eyes zombies back. To tattooed girl Xiaodia. Don't get spotted. They lock eyes. White hair removes shades. Xiaodia relax. We fought him centuries ago. He won't recall. Look at him, dumb mode. Transformed, he's a nightmare. White hair didn't expect to find him here. First time seeing the real deal. Xiaodia, not reunion time. He's too risky. Stares at him. Those painful memories still haunt me. The despair he brought. Suffocating pressure. Exile from home. Etched in my mind. Tears well up. Big guy nearby. Clenches fists. Xiaodia, calm down. Sits on his arm. We're not here to duel him. Rash moves cost us. I don't want to be alone. To white hair, since you don't sleep, I'll rest. Keep distance. Our priority. Gauge his true strength. Meanwhile, Zombie glares at the ball. At Dr. Jimmings. Ancient holds data designs done. I'm better as a coder, though hair's thinning. Green fur cares more about ancients. Sniffs a potion. Chokes. Asks those older humans, what were they like? Ancient sadly. We don't know. But they left records. We got nothing. Thought we were the start. At sea. Carriers cruise. Choppers above. Reporters film live. Inside a carrier. Green uniform Jiangxi, chief commander. Who'd have thought? Human anti-zombie weapons. Host a zombie fleet. Land, sea, air. Country B summit looms. Zombie named Country A's rep. After months. Owns a navy. His zombies. Master carriers. Flyjets. Coordinate. Strike across domains. Country B clueless. Their zombie-proof gear. Now zombie run. Empire reporters, if they knew. Zombies buzz overhead. They'd freak. On a warship, Zi Ling in command. A zombie hands her a uniform. President Zi Ling. You're with us. Appointment letter. Lan Shi too. But Lan Shi no uniform. Media broadcasts. Country A deploys full navy. 3 fleets. Summits a contest. Tests Pres general teamwork. Adaptability. No satellites. No navigation. Radio only. Zombies crew. Runs tight. Trained up. Zombies ace. Carrier ops. Jet piloting. Unit sync. Tri-domain strikes. Country B blindsided. They're anti-zombie tech. Zombie infested. Empire press. Zombies overhead. Mind blown. On deck. Zi Ling commands. Zombie offers uniform. Pres Zi Ling. You're ours. Here's your papers. Lan Shi too. She skips the garb. Media hums. Live feed rolls. Country A's navy. All in. 3 fleets. Contest gauges. Pres general sync. Quick thinking. No satcoms. No GPS. Radio lone. Fleet's voice. This time it's led by the zombie fleet. represented by the 2nd National Navy, and the 1st National Navy, represented by Minister Chun. The stainless steel naval fleet, as well as each country's 3rd Navy with their sausage explosion fleet. Next up is by country, represented by Ban, with Fleet Number 1, led by General Hu and the Yao sisters. Fleet Number 2, led by country's Lieutenant General Xianhua, and by Fleet Number 3, led by country's Admiral Jiahu. But unfortunately, we couldn't interview the fleet captains, because all the fleets refused to be interviewed, citing the protection of military secrets, except for the leader of America's number 2 fleet, our friendly zombie captain, who was willing to answer questions from reporters and the public. When the reporter asked the zombie, which fleet do you think has the upper hand? And who will win the ultimate championship? The zombie replied in a kind and friendly manner, I think we should all stop fighting, enjoy a day of peace, and wrap this up so everyone can go home for dinner. The audience watching was left speechless. Is this guy an idiot? So, the reporter went to Ziling for another interview. And, as expected, Ziling knew the zombie best. As long as he doesn't drive the Navy fleet into a river, that's a victory for us. Lan Shi was even more blunt, saying outright, I've got a bad feeling about this. Meanwhile, over with the Empire's twins, they felt that fighting over the island was pointless. Last time's zombie killing contest was way simpler and more straightforward. As for their own Fleet Number 3, the 2 new female recruits on the team were completely unknown to them. They'd only heard that they'd been stuck in the basement for a long time, and were recently promoted under special circumstances. Those 2 new female captains they mentioned were none other than the zombies' old rivals from centuries ago. Behind them, a burly man sniffed the air, and Xiao Dai, noticing this, asked Taishan God if he'd sensed something. The tricky figure Taishan God detected was none other than our unlucky, newly promoted worker, the vampire queen Zhu Xiaohong. Things are getting chaotic, totally chaotic. Right at the start of the 2 countries' exchange meeting, an outrageous scene unfolded, making the audiences of both AB countries tear up in shock. Just moments ago, the exchange meeting between the 2 countries officially kicked off, and even vampire queen Zhu Xiaohong showed up to join the chaos. At that moment, someone detected Zhu Xiaohong's presence. It was the zombie, those old rivals from centuries past. Xiao Dai couldn't help but gasp in shock. I never expected that even Taishan God would find Zhu Xiaohong troublesome. Then, the burly man dropped a bombshell. Her origin might be the same as mine, from the same species, but for some reason, I can feel her aura is very weak. Xiao Dai was even more stunned. What do you mean? The same as you? But Taishan God sensed that Zhu Xiaohong's faint aura was not far from fading entirely. At the same time, on an island in the Atlantic, warships from both countries were racing full speed toward the same small island. The Empire fired first, a cannonball directly hitting a nearby warship from Country A. The 3rd Navy's Captain Chong burst out, screw your big eyes, damn by country. Meanwhile, due to Country A losing a destroyer, they lost 3 points. Seeing this, President Gang grew anxious. What's the point of Captain Chang's fleet's defensive cannons? Minister Chen explained, they were too close. They didn't even have time to react. This scene was also captured by a helicopter overhead, broadcast live by NEI, by Country's media. A by-country reporter shouted excitedly, viewers, you all saw it. By-country couldn't hold back and struck first near the island. Besides capturing the island to win, there's also a point system. Whoever scores the most can also claim victory. We've always followed the principle of competition first, friendship second, fight to the death, though, to prevent innocent casualties. The shells have been swapped for blanks, but we're even more excited for Country A's president and the Empire's generals to duke it out in hand-to-hand combat. Viewers can't wait. President Wei and the Empire's generals' teamwork moment has arrived. As soon as he said this, it sparked wild support from the crowd, who began cheering and shouting for their countries. Ambushed, Minister Chong quickly responded, ordering his crew to launch a full counterattack. The next second, the sound of countless shell explosions echoed across the sea. Clearly, both fleets had gone completely berserk. Forget capturing the island. Right now, all they cared about was how to wipe out the other side completely, take them down, and the island would naturally belong to their other warship. When the president wanted to step in and help, Minister Chun chose to slip around instead. After all, landing on the island first would score them 47 points. While these 2 idiots are duking it out here, I can sneak right past them. Minister Chin called this move stealing the chicken. Seeing their ammo running dangerously low, Minister Tang shoved his crew aside. Get out of the way. This is like taking off your pants to fart. To catch the thief, take the king first. The next second, he spun and fired, a shot heading straight for the Bai-Bo warship. Lieutenant General Xianhua only saw something strange flying toward them. In midair, Minister Chong unleashed a wild slap, then let out a bizarre yell. Roar roar, Chang's flesh-shocking strike. Seeing this, Lieutenant General Xianhua's side was utterly dumbfounded. The reporter broadcasting live felt his blood pumping. And not only that, this eye-searing moment left everyone watching in tears. The reporter wiped his tears, reporting, sorry, viewers, I didn't expect it to still be this cringe after all these years. At the same time, Lieutenant General Xianhua couldn't take it anymore. Ignoring his crew's attempts to stop him, he charged straight at Minister Chong with a vengeance, landing a brutal kick. Take this, you freak. You damn pervert. And this was exactly the scene every viewer wanted to see. The most anticipated. Hand-to-hand brawl between the president and the general. But on the other side, President Da's steal the chicken plan was spotted by the Baibo sisters nearby. The two instantly reacted, oh no. They're trying to sneak a win. Both sides planned to send people to stop the other, but then realized there was no time. With so many warships, interference was inevitable. So the only thing they could do now was race, full speed ahead, as both fleets surged forward. At the same time, Green Hair on the island noticed the numerous fleets heading their way. He hurriedly found Dr. Jiaming. Bad news, Dr. Jiaming. Human armies are coming toward us. What? Trouble, big trouble. The zombies confused and stressed. Zilin's feet are nearly frozen. Xiao Zhao's bundled up in a coat. And only Dr. White Cat is truly pissed. It turns out, just moments ago, countries A and B launched a speed race to seize the island. The president unleashed his 30 years of single-life hand speed. You trash, you dare race me with your ship? If you can see my wake, I'll call it a loss. The twins weren't backing down either. Screw your nonsense. I've never lost a race full speed ahead, girls. Full throttle meanwhile. On the island, Dr. Jiaming was peering through binoculars, watching the two warships charging straight at them. He realized they were indeed coming his way, and Dr. Jiaming couldn't help but curse. Damn it. Green Hair thought they'd been exposed. But Dr. Jiaming shouted, impossible. The hiding spot I picked is the safest. This tiny patch of a few hundred square meters isn't even under country A or the Empire's jurisdiction. No sane person would care about this place. But what Dr. Jiaming didn't know was that a few months ago, the presidents of countries A and B held a secret meeting for this exchange event, and the content of their discussion officially determined the location of this exchange meeting. The U.S. president was the first to speak. I refuse to hold it in my country. The last one was in country A, and that was a nightmare to clean up. Naturally, my country's president wasn't keen either, so they came up with a bold comp. Since all the land on Earth had already been divvied up, only one small island's ownership remained undecided, so they decided whoever won this competition would claim the island. The two hit it off instantly, but this simple decision ended up screwing over Dr. Jiaming big time. At this moment, he was on the verge of losing it, constantly urging Uncle Ancient, are you done yet? The once overweight uncle had now turned into a lean figure, typing furiously at the keyboard, while saying, hold on, just a bit longer. I'm still writing the code. Just one arm left to attach. It was none other than him and Dr. Jiaming working together to create the zombie replica. Meanwhile, at the exchange meeting, the on-site reporter in the helicopter was excitedly giving a live broadcast. Viewers in front of your TVs. The fleets of both countries are gradually assembling. By country's Admiral fleet finally arrived too. The show's about to start. But then the reporter noticed he couldn't spot country A's number 2 fleet. The number 2 fleet he mentioned was none other than the one led by the zombie. At this moment, they had arrived in a snowy, icy wasteland. Zilin was already shivering from the cold, cursing nonstop. What the hell is this place? Insane. Lan Chi, looking at the scene, hurriedly asked the doctor, where are we? The zombie captain nervously stammered. They're about to clash. Xiao Xiao, warming by the fire, grumbled. To be precise, this is either the Arctic or the Antarctic. I told you not to let these zombies steer the ship. By now, the zombie was already in a full-blown panic. Turns out he'd gotten completely lost. And then, the fleet slammed hard into an iceberg. The violent jolt nearly knocked Zilin over, yelling at the zombie, Zombie! I can even see fish now. Lan Chi snapped irritably. Where the hell did you steer this ship? Hearing this, the zombie panicked even more. Turns out while the other teams were still in the Arctic, the zombie had somehow driven them to the Antarctic. No surprise this zombie's totally unreliable. If you let a zombie be the captain, the result is driving humanity insane. Zombie, where did you take this ship? How do you even call yourself the fleet's top dog? Can't you be a little reliable in this state? Satellite comms are down, and you don't even know how to use a compass? What do we do now? Facing Ziling and Lan Chi's furious accusations, the zombie gave up entirely. How about we take a break? Let's just quit the exchange meeting. This soul-searching question left Zilin completely dumbfounded. Meanwhile, at the exchange meeting's island site, the fleets of countries A and B were locked in fierce combat. The reporter watching this was pumped up, because alongside this showdown, the backbone of both countries was also duking it out, and the best fight was between these two. Facing the bare-naked President Chang, Lieutenant General Xianhua landed a slick spin kick. But as soon as he turned, Xianhua was shocked to find this guy flashing him yet again. A little snake scared him stiff. And that's not all. Over with President Da. He and the twins were going at it hammer and tongs, passion blazing, racing to snag those precious 40 points. Both teams gave it everything they had, charging toward the island. And on the other side, Dr. Dreaming on the island, is nervously holding a telescope to check the situation, watching several warships rushing toward him at high speed. Unaware of the situation, he thinks they're coming for him. His temper flares up in an instant. Bring it on. A bunch of trash soldiers. But then he turns to urge Old Man Ancient. You need to come up with something too. Don't just focus on writing code. Poor Old Man Ancient is almost in tears at this moment. Don't you still have a lot of zombie samples? Go rummage through the trash bin and see if there's anything left. There's still a bit of nemesis metal left. For you, creating some biotech shouldn't be that hard. Green-haired Wen Yin frantically digs through the trash bin. And he actually finds something. Jimmy snatches the Nemesis medal from Greenhair's hands, looking at those failed zombie clone experiments. Jimming's anger finally erupts. Damn humans. Does this army really think I'm an idiot? I'm not someone to mess with. As the fleets of the two nations engage in increasingly intense combat, Zhu Xiaohong, who came to stir trouble, is now sitting back watching the tigers fight, and this is the perfect moment for them to fish in troubled waters and launch their attack. Immediately after, a torpedo is fired. At this moment, the admiral's fleet picks up on it with uncanny sharpness. Tai Shanshin fiercely extends his right hand. A giant rock suddenly appears, firmly blocking the torpedo fired by Zhu Xiaohong. Only then does the admiral realize that what he blocked was live ammunition. His anger flares up instantly. Black Nation, you bastards are playing for real. Load the cannons for me. Live ammo counterattack. At the same time, Zhu Xiaohong didn't expect the enemy to have such a skilled fighter. Tai Shanshin slowly walks up to the admiral and directly orders him to steer the ship over. The admiral is stunned. Are you kidding me? I'm the highest ranking commander here. Two higher-ups actually dare to give me orders. But what greets him next is a massive hand. Tai Shanshin lifts him up with one hand. The terrifying force nearly crushes his head. The admiral, left with only a shred of consciousness, finally senses something's wrong. I am an imperial admiral. Who the hell are you people? As countries A and B wage their insane war, and Zhu Xiaohong jumps into the fray, the zombie crew is. Meanwhile, Zhu Xiaohong's warship has blended into our nation's third fleet, but now it's on a collision course with an imperial warship. It's very likely they'll explode from this. But both sides make the same decision at the same time. Crash into them, damn it. Their two warships charge at each other like mad. The sturdy reporter doesn't notice Zhu Xiaohua and excitedly thinks both sides have lost it. The Empire's number 3 ship versus the Empire's number 3 ship. Neither side is backing down. Who's ready to give us a Pacific kiss? This will definitely be more exciting than previous years, as the two warships are about to collide. The people on board are tense and silent. Meanwhile, Zhu Xiaohong and Tai Shanshin spring into action at the same time. Zhu Xiaohong leaps high, kicking out an energy wave, while Tai Shanshin flips and jumps into the air above Zhu Xiaohong's warship. Then, under Zhu Xiaohong's gaze, Tai Shanshin slams down hard. With immense force, he actually smashes Zhu Xiaohong's massive warship upright. The people inside are thrown into chaos. The watching reporter gets more excited by the second. Dear viewers, boss, the generals and lower ranks are putting on an equally thrilling fight. A certain imperial higher-up, with just the brute strength of his body, pried an entire nation's warship apart. Zhu Xiaohong, seeing this, doesn't hold back either. With a wave of his hand, a massive vortex suddenly appears on the stage. Tai Shanshin summons a gigantic rock. With a clap of his hands, the rock hand lunges toward Zhu Xiaohong, then tightly encircles her. The sturdy reporter is hooked. Is this the kind of combat power someone below the boss can show? What? And the audience watching the live broadcast on the big screen is utterly dumbfounded by this scene. Watching the two figures fight, the reporter finally reacts strange. Tai Shan hasn't entered the contestant lineup yet, but this streaking kid from Water Nation isn't in the catalog either. At this moment, the other warships are frantically heading toward the island. The minister here has indeed noticed something else. Something seems off about the island. He then picks up his telescope to look, only to see that on the island right now, giant monsters, bigger than small mountains, have appeared. The minister is shocked. Turns out, these are the creatures Dr. Jimming created. Come on, you bunch of idiots. The zombies are pretty good here. The fish have taken the bait. High energy incoming. High energy incoming. The zombie clones have finally been completed. An epic battle is about to erupt. Just moments ago, due to Zhu Xiaohong's interference, countries A and B have descended into total chaos. Both sides are now using real firearms. The boss is stunned right now. What the hell are those things on the island? Are they part of the exercise too? After observing through his telescope for a moment, the minister says, retreat. At this moment, the older twin sister also notices that the minister's ship has started to slow down. The younger sister, meanwhile, ignores everything around her, focused solely on taking down the enemy. However, giant monsters appear on the island at this moment, lifting a boulder the size of a small mountain and hurling it over, directly hitting the twins' ship. The sturdy boss is shocked. Minister, the enemy ship just exploded. A real explosion. This exchange isn't for real, is it? If it's real, this is way too over the top. Even the live broadcast reporter is stunned. What's going on? My nation's flagship suddenly exploded. This acting is way too realistic. Meanwhile, Dr. Jimming stands on the island with a vicious look, saying, all of you go die. The presidents of countries A and B, having received intel, hold a phone call. Both claim it wasn't their doing. But what they don't know is, the minister has already ordered a full counterattack, because he knows full well the presidents wouldn't damage their own weapons and equipment. There must be an enemy operating on the island. On the other side, Jiang Xi is leisurely fishing when he suddenly realizes Lan Qi and Zi Lin by his side have vanished at some point. Turns out, the two are now piloting a warship out in the middle of the ocean. Zi Ling is nearly in tears. Damn it. This quadrennial exchange event. Do you know how long I've waited for this? I finally gained immense power. Planning to redeem myself and show off. But this zombie jerk dragged us to the Antarctic. The exchange hasn't even started, and we're already done. At this moment, a zombie steering the ship says, Captain, our fuel is running out. Hearing this, Ziling explodes. Shut up. How can this happen? I'll never give up, even if I die. Figure out a way for me. Even if it's oil, mail it to the competition site. And so, the next scene unfolds. One zombie beats a drum and shouts, 1-2-3-4, 2-2-3-4. The other zombies, each with in or in hand Heishio. Heishio actually plans to row back. Meanwhile, over at Dr. Jimming's, Old Man Ancient excitedly shouts, Success! It's finally complete. Green Hair hurriedly steps forward. Hey, don't let it come alive here. Old Man Ancient confidently replies, Don't worry, I'm not that stupid. I've already sent it and the equipment out to sea. At this very moment, Country A's boss, Country Bai's general, Vampire Queen Zhu Xiaohong, and her mysterious revenge squad. None of them know that an epic war is about to unfold. At this moment, on an island in Country Bai, within Big Sis's territory, two zombies are smoking and chatting. Suddenly, they notice something appearing on the beach. A massive hand slowly emerges from it, then thrusts into the doorframe. With a crack, it tears the door apart. The two are stunned. The perfect zombie clone has finally appeared. This scene is coincidentally spotted by two of Big Sis's underlings. At the same time, Dark Zombie notices them too. With just a glance, it sends chills down their spines. Then, Dark Zombie starts walking toward them step by step. Every move it makes is fully under Dr. Jimming's surveillance. Old Man Ancient is beyond excited. Come on, let me see your true power. Dark Zombie slowly approaches. Its terrifying aura crushes the two zombies in front of it, making them break out in cold sweat. Seeing this, Old Man Ancient bursts into ecstatic laughter. But the next second, Dark Zombie lunges forward, crying out, I'm so happy to see you. Thank heavens you're still alive. Meanwhile, Dark Zombie gets even more absurd, clinging to their legs and acting spoiled. All its early... Wow, I finally found living kin. I was so lonely. The sturdy Dr. Jimming is about to lose it. You failed. Old Man Ancient hurriedly explains. Wait, don't get mad yet. Something must have gone wrong. A moment later, Dark Zombie regains its fighting spirit. Sorry, I got carried away just now. Hi, I'm Zombie. Ajiao is shocked. You're a zombie? Yeah, didn't expect you guys to still be alive. Saves me the trouble of reviving you. Ajiao and Wenyan are utterly confused, but a companion nearby whispers to them. I just scanned it with the enhanced consciousness device. Confirmed, this thing in front of us is a zombie. Ajiao curiously points at Dark Zombie and asks, Then why do you look like that? Dark Zombie glances at its hand and casually says, Oh, you mean this? No big deal. Sometimes even I don't know what I'll turn into. Ha ha. Just then, Ashi shouts from a distance, Hey, you two stop chatting. Big Sis's outsourced plan worked. We need to get out of here fast. Hearing this, Ague and Ajiao wave goodbye to Dark Zombie. We've got stuff to do, gotta go. This isn't our turf. Don't wander around too much. A moment later, on a plane, Big Sis asks Ajiao what she was doing earlier. Ajiao explains, just ran into an interesting guy. After parting with its kin, Dark Zombie feels its mood lighten up and decides to check out other places. Seeing this, Dr. Jimming completely loses it and wants to shoot Old Man Ancient on the spot. You damn failure. I trusted you so much. Gave you all my research funds to waste. And you give me this crap. Go die. Green Hair nearby trembles in fear. Meanwhile, on Dark Zombie's side, it's now arrived at a human city. Onlookers start casting curious glances its way. Look, who's that guy? He looks so weird. Dark Zombie's face indeed darkens. Even more humans. Huh? The next second, Dark Zombie leaps high into the air. Then, under Dr. Jimming's astonished gaze, he smashes a fist hard into the ground. The sturdy Dr. Jimming and others instantly lose their composure. This single punch actually cracks the earth right down the middle, even sending people and cars on the surface flying. At the same time, Big Sis's coordinated operation is affected. Countless cars collide with planes. Fortunately, they manage to stabilize the plane. Ajiao hurriedly starts observing the situation outside, only to see the entire city has been flipped upright. Dr. Jimming is dumbfounded at the sight. On the other side, Xiaohei, working in his office, suddenly snaps his pencil in half. A sense of dread surges in his heart. Then Ulung and the others rush in hurriedly, anxiously saying, Xiaohei, what's happening? Something's seriously wrong with the situation, boss. Hearing this, Xiaohei quickly looks back. The others, seeing this, are filled with fear. The King Zombie's actually has transformation abilities too. Even its memories are from 10,000 years ago. So its first reaction upon seeing humans is to kill them all. Just one punch destroys an entire city. Even the sturdy Big Sis is left speechless. On the other side, Lan Chi is commanding a group of zombies pulling a warship back. The sudden scene catches them off guard. They see the entire city standing upright. The two finally realize this destructive power. Could it be that zombie going berserk again? At the same time, Zhu Xiaohong's battle with the mysterious figure continues. Though restrained, Zhu Xiaohong doesn't take it seriously at all. In this world, aside from zombies, no one can match me. Who are you? Xiao Dai smirks. Guess. The sturdy Zhu Xiaohong snorts coldly. You think you can control me with this little skill? Then, with a fierce burst of strength, she breaks free. The sturdy Tai Shanshan frowns. It seems Zhu Xiaohong's strength is greater than he imagined. Zhu Xiaohong keeps pressing for the mysterious figure's identity. Xiao Dai brushes it off with a wave, planning to have little Tai Shan attack again. But a companion stops her. Enough. Now's not the time to compare whose subordinate is stronger. Then, turning to Zhu Xiaohong, we mean no harm. We just want to know where your master is. We'd like to talk to him. But Zhu Xiaohong has no idea what they're talking about. The sturdy Xiao Dai bursts out laughing. Haha. Interesting. You really don't know anything. You don't seriously think there are vampires on this earth, do you? Could it be you were left behind from that time? Little Taishan nods, based on the timeline. He should have vanished long ago. Even if his master kept him alive in a pod, he shouldn't have this much power. Hearing this, Zhu Xiaohong snorts coldly. That big guy over there talks like he knows me so well. But then the mysterious group notices. There's something in Zhu Xiaohong's body that keeps her eternally alive. Memories. The mysterious figure finally reveals their purpose. We're from an even older human civilization. Our purpose here is to investigate the true strength of zombies. Since you've lived on Earth for so long, please tell us where the master who created you is now. At this point, Zhu Xiaohong is already fed up. You keep blabbering nonstop, and I haven't understood a word. Plus, I hate humans. Then, her expression shifts as she says, but that big guy over there. You've definitely piqued my competitive spirit. Xiao Dai tenses up at her words. Tai Shanshan behind her steps forward to shield her. Careful, she's getting serious. And right at that moment, a massive noise startles all of them at once. Then they see the entire city standing upright. The group is left dumbfounded and dazed. Clearly, this scene exceeds their comprehension. The reporter doing the live broadcast also notices the commotion nearby, but seeing this island flipped upright shocks everyone. It's been toppled. The minister is equally stunned. Over here, the twins, whose warship was destroyed by Zhu Xiaohong, and the Xinhua admiral dueling the perverse boss, are all frozen in place. Dark Zombie stomps down heavily again, then leaps high. The other side flips upright too, sandwiching Big Sis's plane in between, forcing them to pull the plane up urgently, narrowly dodging it. But Ajiao, through the window, catches sight of Dark Zombie. At this moment, Dark Zombie has soared to 10,000 meters. Then, under Ajiao and Agawei's shocked gazes, Dark Zombie explodes in midair, followed by a massive ghost face appearing. Another figure emerges. It's Dark Zombie transformed into form too. Both of them are dumbfounded. What the heck is all this? Big Sis breaks out in a cold sweat. At this point, the zombie plummets from 10, crashing down hard. The massacre begins. Just how terrifying is this zombie clone? Dark Zombie in form 2 descends like a meteor from outer space, smashing a heavy fist down. The entire city shatters into pieces. Big Sis and the others are left in shock. But Dark Zombie's rampage is just beginning. He suddenly extends a massive hand. A powerful suction force bursts forth. The entire city gets sucked toward him. Even planes in the air aren't spared. Big Sis nearly gets swept away. Luckily, Ajiao grabs hold in time. Their plane completely breaks apart at this moment. In the chaos, Agawei and Ashi still protect Big Sis at all costs, with Dark Zombie at the center. A massive sphere forms. The entire city below has turned into a terrifying crater. Lan Shi and Ziling on the ship are stunned. Then a powerful energy wave surges toward them. The next second, it's like an atomic bomb, exploding with a deafening boom. The entire Gua Island is engulfed. Moments later, Dark Zombie still stands there. But there's not a soul left around him. Only he remains, letting out a gurgling laugh. Meanwhile, on a warship at sea, Su Xiaohong and Tai Shanshan have paused their fight. Watching the recent explosion, everyone is caught off guard. No one knows what just happened. Tai Shanshan speaks up. It's the zombie that struck just now, flattened Gua Island. At least 30 million people vanished, vaporized in this sudden explosion. The TV station urgently interrupts with a news report to cover the story. The largest land island on Earth mysteriously disappeared 20 minutes ago. Nearly 10 million people are unaccounted for. At the same time, they've sent reporters to the scene. But from their plane, they see only a void. So they press deeper toward the center to investigate. On the other side, Big Sis's group, thankfully protected by Zombie Ashi, narrowly escapes disaster. Agawei and Ajiao stare in horror at Dark Zombie before them. Bro, what are you doing? The reply they get is, humans deserve to die. This overwhelming aura makes them gulp in fear. Ashi hides with Big Sis. But they can't escape Dark Zombie's notice. He just sniffs the air and knows there are still humans here, not all dead. Hearing this, Ashi quickly covers Big Sis's mouth and nose. Even breathing isn't allowed. Ajiao rushes out to cover. Huh? You've got it wrong. How could there be humans here? What you're smelling is my scent. Since I've been dealing with humans for years. Huh? Meanwhile, Agawei subtly signals Ashi, telling him to get out fast. Protect Big Sis at all costs. Dark Zombie hears that Ajiao, a zombie, has been dealing with humans for years. So he reaches out and sucks Ajiao toward him, ready to finish him off. Ajiao panics. Aren't we brothers? Dark Zombie turns icy cold. Kill you, and I can create the zombies I like. This version of Dark Zombie reminds Agwe of the one they first met. Completely different personalities. He doesn't understand why it suddenly changed like this. At the same time, Ajiao desperately explains, "You're overthinking it. As a zombie, how could I side with humans?" Dark Zombie calmly tells him to prove it. Ajiao hurriedly says, "Southwest direction, closest to Gua Island. There's a city with 70 million people." Dark Zombie's expression shifts. He turns and flies off. Ajiao finally escapes with his life, then stares in confusion at the direction Dark Zombie went. Where Dark Zombie headed? At this moment, Dark Zombie is speeding toward that city of 70 million people. Dark Zombie ruthlessly destroys even beauty, not sparing even pretty ladies. Just moments ago, Dark Zombie obliterated an island with one strike, and now he's racing toward a nation of 70 million people, determined to wipe out all humans. After Dark Zombie leaves, Agwe, Ajiao, and the others finally breathe a sigh of relief, but they're still trembling, collapsing to their knees, completely overwhelmed by Dark Zombie's terrifying presence. At that moment, investigating reporters arrive on the scene. They spot Big Sis and her group, then land near them. Big Sis has narrowly survived, but she looks extremely anxious. "We have to find a way to stop him. Our goal is to coexist with humans. We can't let him run wild." Ajiao sighs helplessly. "Big Sis, are you kidding? Didn't you see what he just did? What creature in this world could stop him? I reckon in less than half an hour, humans will be wiped out by him." Meanwhile, the approaching reporter realizes they have zombie soldiers. Quickly drawing a gun and aiming at them, Big Sis steps forward first, then grabs the reporter's camera. She wants to tell the world about Dark Zombie's massacre of humans. "Everyone, listen up. A terrifying monster has appeared here. It's slaughtering humans on a massive scale. Everyone, take shelter now, hide, and you might have a slim chance of survival." But the humans watching the report brush it off. What's wrong with them? The people on TV are nuts. At the same time, in an open area of the city, a few people are hosting a beauty live stream. With over 100,000 viewers in the stream, a graceful young lady is dancing elegantly on screen. The comments in the stream are full of non-stop praise. The small-time director nearby is thrilled. "Huh, I told you. What's so great about the exchange event? Watching beauty streams is the real deal. Looks like there are still some like-minded folks out there. With me. Let's steal the exchange event's traffic." Then, striking while the iron's hot, he starts selling. "Family. This is the whitening cream, a specialty from NB City in by Nation. Today, not 998, not even 298, just 98 to take it home. Family, want to make yourself, or your wife, as pretty as this little fairy? Buy it, just buy it." But right then, Dark Zombie descends. The small-time director doesn't even react. The next second, he's blasted away, then stares in terror at Dark Zombie before him, while a companion doesn't forget to adjust the phone's angle to keep streaming. Dark Zombie's figure appears in the live stream at this moment. The pretty lady collapses to the ground in fear. "Who are you? What do you want?" Dark Zombie doesn't speak. He just slowly extends his hand toward the lady, then suddenly opens it. The next second, the beautiful lady dies horribly. Her upper body vanishes instantly. A scene of blood spurting like an arrow even draws national accounts into the live stream. The small-time director screams uncontrollably in terror. Another companion tries to sneak away, only to be instantly killed by Dark Zombie. Then Dark Zombie grabs the director by the collar, dragging her slowly toward the city. Unbeknownst to him, this scene is fully recorded by the phone live stream behind him. Dark Zombie lightly snaps his fingers. The next second, a black energy ball forms in his hand. He intends to wipe out every human in the city before him, completely. The moment Dark Zombie uses Xiaohei's skill, even the zombie's own subordinates can't tell if this person is actually the real zombie. Meanwhile, the reason behind the zombie's slaughter of humans is about to come to light. At this moment, the live stream of Dark Zombie has been relayed to various TV stations, and just like that, the entire process of the zombie massacring a city is laid bare before humanity. Dark Zombie raises his hand toward the human city. A cloud of black dust suddenly appears. Then, the humans in this city vanish the moment they touch the black particles, completely disappearing. Then Dark Zombie clenches his fist tightly. The entire city explodes in an instant. Like an atomic bomb, it blasts out a mushroom cloud. People in other provinces watching via TV broadcast witness this horrifying scene. Big Sis, watching the live stream on her phone, is filled with dread. An attack of this magnitude, hiding won't even help anymore. On the warship, Tai Shan raises a hand to stop the opponent. Zhu Xiaolong, who wants to keep fighting. "Stop right there. You're no match for me right now. Don't bring trouble on yourself." Xiao Dai nearby panics and tries to stop him too. "We can't let him wipe out all the humans." At the same time, Zhu Xiaohong receives a report from her subordinates. A guy just destroyed a human city and even used Xiaohei's skills. This person is definitely a zombie. Tai Shan asks Zhu Xiaohong, "Want to go with them?" Because with the zombie's current state, once he's done killing humans, it'll be our turn next. Hearing this, Zhu Xiaohong decides to check it out. At this moment, everyone involved in the exchange event receives an alert. Because Dark Zombie is rampaging across the Empire's mainland. After careful consideration by the two nations' presidents, the exchange event is temporarily cancelled. At the same time, both nations declare all combat personnel are now on emergency status. Meanwhile, Lan Shi and Ziling hurriedly prepare a helicopter, planning to fly to Bai Nation's mainland. Feng Shui Nation enters full combat readiness. And on Zhu Xiaohong's side, they're already on a plane heading to Bai Nation. Based on the reporter's findings, they learn Dark Zombie took just 3 minutes to slaughter nearly 100 million humans. Then Zhu Xiaohong raises a question. Since you say you're from an older human civilization, I'm curious to ask, why does the zombie hate humans so much? A white-haired girl answers. Because we killed his family and underlings. Dark Zombie's actions make even Xiao He and others hesitant to step in. After Dark Zombie deals with the director in his grasp, a newspaper flies into the air. Humans begin to panic. But Old Man Ancient is overjoyed. Ha ha ha, success. Green Hair, however, is puzzled. Why is Old Man Ancient so? Wasn't your goal for humanity's future? Why are you still helping us? The old man taps the keyboard. What do you know? Let's say hello first. People of the world. Hello, let me introduce myself. On giant screens across the globe, a mysterious figure appears. I'm the ancient human you've been thinking and talking about. First, let me show you a clip. Let's watch a segment. The screen starts playing footage of a zombie destroying humanity long ago. This is it, representing the zombies that destroyed our civilization and wiped out generation after generation of humans. It's because of him that our development fractured. And even now, he's still living on Earth, always lingering among us. So we created a being to rival him. But don't worry, everyone. I've already sent people to bury human eggs and fertilized cells underground. Millions of years from now, we'll still be human. The negative aspects of civilization we've experienced, you'll eventually go through too. For the sake of human progress, go say goodbye to your families while there's still time. I'm proud of your contributions to humanity. With that, Old Man Ancient logs off. Hearing this, everyone panics. Meanwhile, the zombie fishing in the Arctic senses something at this moment. A battle between chaos, total chaos. Dark Zombie's appearance plunges the world into disorder. Several cities have already been destroyed. Hundreds of millions of people gone. Looting and riots break out worldwide. Global social order is collapsing. Nations urgently deploy riot police to maintain control. But at this point, people couldn't care less. After all, the whole world is about to end. The globe descends into total chaos. Yet some humans refuse to give up. Believing there's still hope, they trust that the two nations' strongest bosses and generals will surely take down Dark Zombie. Meanwhile, a plane lands slowly. Out steps Taishanshin and his crew. The welcoming party knows these are the Admiral's people, so they ask where the Admiral is. The reply is, he can't make it. But in truth, the Admiral was already taken out by little Taishan. Then, the people on site start explaining the situation. This used to be Bai Nation's giant capital, but now it's been completely ravaged by Dark Zombie. To stop him from destroying more humans, Bai Nation sent in high-ranking generals, mid-tier generals, and thousands of troops to intervene. Right now, we don't know what's happening inside. Learning that Taishanshin and his group want to go in, a soldier looks shocked. To him, these people lack military rank, and going in would just be suicide. Better wait for the Admiral to check it out. Little Taishan's massive frame immediately exudes an imposing aura. Quit wasting words. We're going with them. During the conversation, Lan Shi and Zi Ling rush over. Since they were already near here for the exchange event, it wasn't far to begin with, learning their Country A's bosses. The soldier beams with joy. Country A's bosses, they're on par with our high-ranking generals. He promptly lifts the barricade without hesitation. At that moment, Zi Ling spots Zhu Xiaohong nearby. Why are you here? Just passing by. No way. I was just about to ask why your boss went berserk. Zi Ling is just as confused. Seeing this, Xiao Dai asks about Zhu Xiaohong and Zi Ling's connection. Zhu Xiaohong tilts her head. We fought once, that's all. Then she asks the soldier why. This group of reporters tagged along. The soldier proudly replies. With so many generals and bosses, of course we're not afraid. Hundreds of high-ranking generals, nearly 1,000 mid-tier generals, so many elites. We'll definitely take down this lunatic. Zi Ling quietly marveled. They mobilized so many people. Bai Nation really has vast resources. Just then, Lan Shi suddenly points into the distance in panic. Stop chatting. Look over there. What meets their eyes is a mountain of corpses made of Bai Nation's generals. This sight utterly shocks everyone. At this moment, Dark Zombie slowly approaches, dragging a soldier's corpse, with an expression of pure killing delight. And right then, Zi Ling and Lan Shi notice several more helicopters appearing in the sky. Then several figures drop down sharply. It's the Empire's top generals. The lead number 1 says, everyone below Admiral rank, withdraw from the fight. We'll handle this. That goes for Bai Nation too. Don't get in the way here. Zi Ling didn't expect the Empire to have so many high-level fighters. A battle with Dark Zombie is imminent. Dark Zombie's Form 4 is actually, and the ones who know zombies best aren't Xiaohui, but Alanganameo. The zombie finally appears. Just moments ago, Dark Zombie was slaughtering across the Empire, corpses piled into mountains. So the Empire sent a massive force of generals, determined to take him down. The crowd, seeing so many generals step up, is filled with confidence. Tai Shanshan's group, arriving now, sees this terrifying scene. This aura is definitely the zombies, no doubt. Dark Zombie lets out a roar. The sky suddenly forms a black vortex, so vast it covers the entire city. Even people on other islands from both nations feel this terrifying pressure. On the TV station, the host screams repeatedly in shock at this sight. Then a tornado appears. The sheer wind pressure alone sweeps over everyone present. When the storm subsides, a domineering figure in golden armor emerges. It's Dark Zombie's Form 4. This sleek, golden look stuns the generals on the scene. A group of generals is overwhelmed by the aura of just one Dark Zombie. This drives the generals completely mad. The next second, they charge at Dark Zombie in a frenzy. But only Lan Shi and Ziling know just how terrifying Dark Zombie is right now. They urgently call the generals back, but it's too late. The generals have already rushed to the zombie, yet Dark Zombie eerily doesn't move. The next second, the generals in front of him are frozen in midair, then crushed into pancakes. Not just one. Every general charging at Dark Zombie turns into paper-thin sheets and falls. Seeing this, Zhu Xiaohong shouts, "Run! We're no match for him. He can crush us just by compressing space with his aura." Suddenly, Zhu Xiaohong freezes. Then a massive hole appears in her chest. Without even noticing, Zhu Xiaohong is silently killed by Dark Zombie in one strike, without a sound. Lan Shi urgently warns Ziling, "Be careful." The next second, Ziling shifts forms and charges. They refuse to just sit and wait for death. But reality is cruel. Dark Zombie casually punches and defeats Ziling. Her mask shatters on impact. Then Lan Shi appears behind Dark Zombie, ready to strike. Dark Zombie doesn't even need to lift a finger, just the aura bursting from him blasts Lan Shi flying backward, crashing hard into the distance. Lan Shi completely loses his fighting ability. Meanwhile, Xiaohei and others in different cities also sense Dark Zombie's presence. It's identical to the zombies' fourth form aura, making them believe Dark Zombie is their king. At this moment, a Gu beside them speaks to Xiaohei. "The king isn't here. You're in charge. Should we stop him?" "Make a call." Xiaohei is clearly a nervous wreck. "If he's really the king, I'll follow his every decision. Anyway, this kind of thing. The old man's done it more than once or twice." Meanwhile, a Gu and the others behind Xiaohei nod in agreement. Just then, Alung and Ameo suddenly step forward. "We disagree." Then, pointing at Dark Zombie on the screen, they roar, "Do you really think he's the king? What a joke. He just has the king's genes and a different skin. Do you know how much effort the king put into peace? This kind of mass slaughter. Our king wouldn't do it anymore. The truth our king pursues now is far nobler than this metal freak." Ameo beside him recalls the time he first met the zombie and the words the zombie said to him. So he agrees with Alung. That metal freak isn't our king at all. But during their debate, Dark Zombie has taken on a whole new look. Tai Shanshan is held by Dark Zombie, like a little chick in his hand. "Pathetic. I even bothered switching forms to play with you. I could crush you all in my base form." Then he tosses Tai Shanshan to the ground, his body reverting to form 2. "Feels like I'm bullying kids. Boring. I'll wipe out all humans first, then come back to play with you slowly." The next second, Dark Zombie vanishes in a flash, leaving behind a group of gravely injured fighters on the ground. Though the zombie didn't kill them, defeating them all took Dark Zombie just one hit each to finish them off. Meanwhile, the real zombie is still leisurely fishing in the Antarctic, and he's pretty good at it. But from Dark Zombie's emergence to his human slaughter spree, only about half an hour has passed, with thousands of cities already destroyed, and Dark Zombie continues his rampage. His next target is a new city along the 30th parallel north, the very city managed by Xiaohei and his crew. Soon enough, Dark Zombie arrives at the outskirts of Cydia. As he's about to strike, Xiaohei remains unmoved. Alung finally loses it. "Do you want to see the king's city destroyed? If you won't go, I will." Xiaohei watches Alung and Ameo leave, thinking, are they still too young? At this point, all humans have huddled in shelters, yet over half the global population has been wiped out. This might be the worst disaster this batch of humans has ever faced. Dark Zombie gazes at the city before him, but doesn't rush to act, because he notices humans and zombies are living together here. Interesting. Alung and Ameo arrive, transformed into their ultimate forms. Alung clings to a last shred of hope. "King, have you forgotten us? This is your city." But Dark Zombie has no memory of Alung. "Who are you? I don't even know you." Alung loses all patience. He resolves to take down this metal freak, with only the king's genes, once and for all. But Dark Zombie merely utters one word, and sends Alung flying with sheer force. At the same time, the voice of Country A's president echoes worldwide. "I am a human, president of Country A, addressing all humanity again. As long as we hold on to hope, we won't be extinguished." Right then, a building in City suddenly explodes. The real zombie finally... Here it comes. The two zombies finally face off. No words, just instant combat. Moments ago, the president was still soothing humanity via the media. Then the zombie arrives. At the same time, Alung, rushing to intervene, gets punched flying by Dark Zombie, about to crash into a building. A massive hand catches him from behind. looking at the figure. Along is stunned speechless. It's their true king, Mr. Zombie. The zombie immediately gives Along a task. Evacuate the humans in the city, then retreat. Leave this to me. Along hurries off over at Amayo's side. Though transformed into a massive Ultraman-like form, he still can't stop Dark Zombie. Knocked down with one punch. As the real zombie appears, Dark Zombie actually starts barking orders at Xiaohei. Xiaohei, stay here. Kill everyone here. This throws Xiaohei into total confusion, looking left and right, unsure what to do. Go beside him panics. Xiaohei, our lives are in your hands now. At the same time, the arriving zombie speaks up. Xiaohei, evacuate the crowd. After a moment's hesitation, Xiaohei rushes out with the group. A subordinate hurriedly asks Xiaohei, who should we listen to? Xiaohei's answer aligns with the zombie's command. Evacuate the crowd. Above City H at this moment, a media helicopter continues its live broadcast. Dear viewers, we've tracked this machine man to this border city. Not sure why. He's so interested in this city's big boss. Right then, Dark Zombie strikes, darting forward in a flash, followed by a heavy punch. Everyone thinks the city's about to be destroyed again, covering their eyes in fear. But after a massive boom, when they open their eyes again, they see Dark Zombie's devastating punch, effortlessly caught by the zombie. Before Dark Zombie can react, the zombie slaps him hard the next second, smashing Dark Zombie into the ground, then hurling him away. The terrifying force sends Dark Zombie crashing through a river, rolling a few times on the ground, before he even lands safely. The zombie's figure, clenching his fist tight, that sandbag-sized fist, slams hard into Dark Zombie's face. The zombie instantly shifts to his second form. This beatdown of Dark Zombie stuns all of humanity. Dark Zombie is sent flying into the air by this heavy punch. The battle between the two zombies is reaching its climax. Here it comes, zombie versus zombie. The long-absent Ajuan finally. Just moments ago, the zombie switched to an evil second form, punching Dark Zombie out of Earth with one blow. Floating in space, Dark Zombie laughs excitedly. Interesting fighting myself feels great. The zombie didn't expect his greatest enemy would be himself. Now equally thrilled. People in shelters see the zombie in military garb, unable to figure out his identity. Meanwhile, Xiaohei and his crew start evacuating the crowd, preparing to move people to the next city. Just then, someone in the crowd shouts, I remember who he is. He was the bodyguard of that nation's president, captain of Nation 2's fleet. Meanwhile, the reporter on the helicopter keeps broadcasting live with dedication. Dear viewers, a warrior from our nation is taking on this monster solo. Dark Zombie, blasted away, comes hurtling back, breaking through the atmosphere, his body glowing with fiery re-entry. The zombie steps up at this moment, speeding toward Dark Zombie. Before Dark Zombie can land, the zombie is already behind him. Then, under everyone's shocked gazes, both start charging up. The next second, their fists slam into each other's faces simultaneously. Both figures reel backward. But this fight is only just beginning. Their clash creates a massive shockwave. Buildings around them crumble. Ajuan, tied to a rooftop newspaper stand, suffers a second injury. Poor Ajuan. Didn't expect his first appearance this season to end like this. Truly hopeless, as everyone is stunned by the two zombies fight. The minister is also closely watching the zombies' every move. From his side, the acting boss nearby asks, Minister, with the zombie fighting that monster, what do we do now? The minister stares at a nearby island, silent for a moment, then points sharply ahead. That island's got issues. Attack it, damn it. He then calls out to the injured Zi-Ling. Not dead yet. If you're alive, come help. Meanwhile, Old Man Ancient and Green Hair on the island are still excitedly watching the two zombies fight. Ha ha, fight. Kill him. Unaware their own danger is looming. More humans start recognizing the zombie. He really does look like that red-hot tower crane from back then. But why does he look different now? Because the zombie has transformed again into a handsome, human-like third form. Meanwhile, Xiaohei sits there motionless, half his body blown away by the zombie's earlier punch. Dark Zombie never imagined the zombie could transform into an attacking titan, because just moments ago, the zombie debuted, overwhelming Dark Zombie with raw power. This scene reignites human hope. Who cares who he is, or what he looks like? As long as he's helping us, he's our champion. Humans everywhere start cheering, go, go. Beat that monster. At this moment, people across both nations erupt in celebration. Meanwhile, the zombie stands there smugly, looking at the motionless Dark Zombie. You say you're like me? You're still green. Right then, an energy blast shoots toward the zombie, but he casually swats it away, sending it flying off. It circles half the planet, before exploding with a boom. This terrifying scene leaves humans dumbfounded. He just flicked away a nuke like it was nothing. Is this something a carbon-based creature can even do? But the zombie proves it's possible. Onlookers marvel, he just did it. That's that. Meanwhile, Dark Zombie revives at full health, switching to his second form, darting toward the zombie in a few flashes, only to be stopped by the zombie's single punch. Facing Dark Zombie's fists, the zombie takes them head-on with his face. Moments later, their punches speed up. Suddenly, One of the zombie's punches is blocked by Dark Zombie with just one finger. The zombie pauses, stunned. Didn't expect this sneaky Dark Zombie to secretly shift to his fourth form. A sudden attack catches even the zombie off guard. His head blown off in an instant. But Dark Zombie's assault doesn't stop there. A blinding light flares from his hand. Countless attacks envelop the headless zombie. Old Man Ancient, watching from afar, is thrilled beyond measure. Haha. Yes, just like that strike while he's stunned. Keep his head from regenerating. Make him vanish into thin air completely. With a surge of dark energy, a massive force erupts, piercing straight through the zombie and blasting out of Earth itself. The zombie completely disappears, truly vaporized, not a shred left. The sturdy little green bursts into tears of joy. Old Man Ancient is ecstatic. Ha! Success. I didn't even give him time to switch to a new form. All the sturdy humans collapse to the ground. It's all over now. But what no one knows is that if you magnify the air 1,000 times, zombie cells still linger unvanished. Zoom in 10 million times, and you'd see the zombie now in particle form, gradually fusing together. Soon, as more zombie cells emerge, a DNA strand begins to take shape, then bones form, followed by flesh. Moments later, the zombie's figure reappears. But in this state, it's not just similar to a titan, it's practically identical. Dr. Jimming and the others, just cheering, are floored by this scene. What the heck is this? The sturdy humans are beyond shocked. This can actually happen. Is this even human? The zombie continues regenerating. His long hair hints he's now in his fourth form. A final showdown between two fourth form zombies is about to unfold. Youth has no price. Beware the zombies' ultimate moves. The battle between the two zombies escalates into a zombie legion war. Just moments ago, the zombie was blasted to bits by Dark Zombie, only to miraculously recover and unlock his fourth form. The sturdy Old Man Ancient is thrown into chaos. What the heck can he grow back from that? As his features become clearer, some humans notice something off. Wait a sec. Why does he look so familiar? A voice suddenly rises from the crowd. He's the guy from the ancient video. Others start to recall too. Isn't that the one who destroyed the last civilization? Looking at the fully restored zombie, humans fall into utter despair. Well, great. They're both monsters now. Who's left to save us? Meanwhile, something strange oozes slowly from the zombie's body. Luckily, his custom combat suit from back then means he won't have to fight bare-assed like before. The sturdy Zling panics. Not good. The zombie's totally exposed now, and Chi gets a message from the minister. Learning Dr. Jimming is on that. Chances are this busted Mech Dark Zombie is their creation. The restored zombie plummets from the sky. An ultimate showdown of two fourth forms is about to begin. Suddenly, the zombie charges like a feral beast, lunging at his opponent. Before Dark Zombie can react, the zombie's fist slams hard into his gut. This single punch unleashes billions of years of power like a nuclear blast. The entire city is obliterated. Dark Zombie is sent crashing away by this blow. His figure rockets backward, blasting out of Earth, past the moon, smashing into Mars, still showing no sign of stopping. He punches straight through Mars, continuing into the distance, until crashing into massive Jupiter, finally coming to a shaky halt. This horrifying scene even stuns the ancient humans watching. Oh my god, is this thing still a living being? Meanwhile, from space, peering through Mars at Earth, offers a unique spectacle. The zombie, still on Earth, leaps high into the sky the next second, piercing through Mars again in an instant, arriving before Dark Zombie, then unleashing another heavy punch, straight to Dark Zombie's face, hammering him back again. As the zombie pummels his foe, some on Earth start plotting their escape. If this keeps up, we'll die here eventually. I've got to get out of this hellhole fast. Back to the zombie. Dark Zombie's figure suddenly vanishes, then reappears behind the zombie, darting around the planet at breakneck speed. The zombie counters in the opposite direction. Moments later, the zombie lands a punch head-on, but his foe seems prepared, vanishing once more. Now only the zombie's figure remains in space. As he puzzles over this, he lets out a cold snort the next second, because he's spotted Dark Zombie's figure, returning to Earth yet again. Those who haven't fled yet notice in terror. The zombie has somehow appeared behind them unnoticed. Looking at Dark Zombie, his body now steaming, he slams the ground hard. Countless figures burst into the air. Upon closer look, they're the Empire's generals Dark Zombie killed earlier, reappearing now, all transformed into Dark Zombie's puppet zombies. This scene catches everyone off guard. They cry out in fear, "Mommy! The dead generals are alive!" Is this his mech army or the living dead? The zombie calmly waves his hand. From the ruins of destroyed cities, zombie cells begin to float into the air. Figures slowly rise, all turning into the zombie's zombie army. The clash between the two zombies escalates into a zombie troop versus zombie legion war. A showdown between a mechanical zombie and the original zombie. Now, it's become a battle of controlling zombie armies, deepening the despair of already hopeless humans. My aunts, uncles, and grandpa, how they all turn into zombies. But the zombie's next move leaves Lan Chi and Zling in awe. A green glow radiates from his body. He clenches his fist, and white masks appear on the faces of all his controlled zombies. Ziling and Lan Chi never imagined the second form they worked so hard to achieve is now on this horde of zombies, exactly like theirs. At the same time, they gain a new understanding of the zombie's power. With a point of his finger, his zombie army charges forth. The mechanical zombies' troops meet them, but it's a one-sided massacre. The zombies utterly dominate, wiping out their foes with ease. The sturdy dark zombie snorts, TCH, kinda interesting, then charges at the zombie. Their fists collide with a thunderous crash. At the same time, a terrifying shockwave sweeps the city. Even Ziling, far away, is caught in the fallout. If they don't settle this soon, we'll have to say goodbye to this world. Earth can't handle these two anymore. We've got to get to the island fast. With that, they board a fighter jet, heading for Dr. Jimming. Meanwhile, at Dr. Jimming's base, Old Man Ancient and Little Green are still enthralled by the zombie fight. Kill him. Finish him off. This panics Dr. Jimming beside them. Screw your moms. The human army's closing in. Want to rot in jail forever. Get out now. Old Man Ancient finally snaps out of it. They hurriedly burn all the research data they can't take. Meanwhile, a helicopter waits outside, ready to go. Old Man Ancient runs, grumbling. They're here. They're here. Damn it. Didn't they go stop the mechanical zombie? Dr. Jimming urges the pilot to take off, but the plane doesn't budge. Only the pilot knows the anguish in his heart, because beneath the plane, Lan Chi grips the landing gear with one hand. In his second form, he's got the strength for it. Dr. Jimming and crew are dumbfounded. Holy crap. Weren't you at the front lines? Did you fly here? They didn't expect a quick comeback. The next second, Lan Chi flicks his hand, hurling Dr. Jimming's plane away. Moments later, Dr. Jimming and the trio are tied up tight. Ziling lifts Old Man Ancient. So, you're the ancient one? Seeing that mech, I thought you'd be some big shot. Turns out you're just a bald old geezer. This is all you're doing, right? Tell me how to end this fight. Old Man Ancient is nearly in tears, claiming he knows nothing. With energy this massive between those two zombies, no one can stop it. Ziling isn't buying his nonsense. Bullshitty, you got a backup plan. If you were as useless as Jimming, I might believe you. Just then, Lan Chi speaks up. Ziling, put him down. I've got a way to make him talk straight. Ziling drops Old Man Ancient to the ground. Lan Chi steps forward slowly, swiping his right hand across the old man. A gash appears on his arm. The next second, Old Man Ancient turns green. Zombie cells have entered his body. Here it comes. Here it comes. The fifth form you've all been waiting for. But it's unleashed by the mechanical zombie. Just moments ago, Lan Chi used the zombie cells to control Old Man Ancient. The sturdy Dr. Jimming and Little Green stare wide-eyed like bells. Even Ziling can't help but say, how? You can do this too? Lan Chi calmly replies, you can too. It just won't last long. Then Lan Chi asks, how do we end this fight? Old Man Ancient, eyes blank, answers truthfully. That box over there has a Nemesis mech shutdown button. Press it, and the Nemesis material holding the zombie genes will vanish. Without the Nemesis mech as a body, the mechanical zombie will soon dissipate. Just then, Old Man Ancient snaps out of the control. At the same time, he realizes what he just said. But a glare from Lan Chi shuts him up. Ziling has already found the equipment box Old Man Ancient mentioned. Looking at the device, it shows a live feed of the mechanical zombies fight. Ziling admits some admiration for Dr. Jimming and his team's research, then presses the remote. Meanwhile, the two zombies stand in a standoff, facing the zombie. The mechanical zombie seems oddly excited. He never imagined his own strength, nor realized the pressure he exerted on others. Now he's feeling it himself. And he finally gets it. At the same time, Ziling looks on in disbelief, because after pressing the button, the mechanical zombie doesn't vanish as Old Man Ancient claimed. Even the old man himself is baffled. This can't be. Without a body as a vessel, he can't survive. He snatches the remote from Ziling, frantically pressing it. This is impossible. My Nemesis mech was perfectly designed, but for the mechanical zombie, it's not entirely ineffective. Ziling and crew's actions are now sensed by him. The once intact mechanical zombie begins creaking all over, suddenly bursting with endless lightning. At the same time, the zombie cells in his body start to shift. This terrifying aura nearly blows everyone away. The crowd stares, dumbfounded. Only the zombie remains calm, as if he knew this was coming. The next second, the smoke clears. A perfectly sculpted figure emerges. As if aware that Ziling and Old Man Ancient far away are watching him, the mechanical zombie now smirks evilly, muttering, sorry, to the viewers on the other side. No vessel? I can still live. The next second, he suddenly turns to Ziling and crew's direction. This sends a chill through everyone present. Ziling and the others, far off, feel their hair stand on end from that glance. This is too insane. The white-haired beauty realizes how laughable her initial plan to fight the zombie was. Holy moly, our ancestors faced what kind of monster? Against this power beyond comprehension, what path lies ahead for humanity? And how will the zombie counter his foe's fifth form? Stay tuned for the next episode. Ha ha ha. Here it comes. Here it comes. The zombie's new form strike mode activated just moments ago. Both zombies unleashed their fourth forms and clashed in an epic battle. But the mechanical zombie still couldn't match the original zombie. So the mechanical zombie took the lead, unlocking his fifth form, now feeling invincible. He smirks arrogantly, "My original self, why don't you give it a shot too?" The zombie doesn't respond, just stands there, quietly watching him show off. But some folks aren't calm at all. They're too scared to move, cursing their luck for being caught between two zombies. Truly a tearless tragedy. Meanwhile, the zombies summon Zombie Legion, starts gurgling loudly, then lets out a roar, charging at the mechanical zombie. But the mechanical zombie merely says, "Boo," and the rushing zombies freeze in midair, their bodies rapidly shrinking. The next second, they turn to dust. Then, under everyone's horrified stares, the dust becomes particles, vanishing completely. The mechanical zombie's smug demeanor to Xiaohei and crew is identical. Xiaohei shouts urgently, "King, stop fighting. Keep going, and everyone's done for." But the zombie clearly isn't stopping. He slowly raises his right hand. The mechanical zombie isn't in a rush either, standing there, waiting for the zombie. Meanwhile, humans in front of every TV watch with bated breath, not daring to exhale. The zombie now gently places his right hand on his face. The moment he lowers it, Lan Qi and Ziling are left speechless by the sight. Blood-red stripes now mark the zombie's face. This look terrifies Ziling and crew. Too freaking cool. At the same time, the minister senses something's off. Looking up, they see the sky turning blood red. The zombie leaps high. A red aura bursts from him, piercing the clouds. The red slowly blankets Earth. In an instant, the entire planet turns crimson. Not just the land dyed red. Even the oceans now look like blood. But the real terror is yet to come. The red spreads, piercing the sky, reaching into space, engulfing nearby planets. Even the sun isn't spared. The crowd stares in horror. The mechanical zombie pulls out his strongest taunt, laughing. "I've never seen this form before." Indeed, how many forms the zombie has left remains a mystery, and that's why this unknown, terrifying form is the most frightening yet. The Earth battle escalates once more. A zombie with stripes boasts terrifying power, Earth in his palm like a toy. Is humanity doomed to extinction again? Just moments ago, facing the mechanical zombie's fifth form debut, the zombie's new form puzzles even the mechanical zombie. "I don't even remember having this form." The zombie now seems a god descended. Witnesses fall into total despair. Ordinary folks drop to their knees. For this being monster or god, their minds collapse. The mechanical zombie knows his odds are slim, but he's got to save face. Grinning, he asks the zombie, "Explain this." "Haha, if you're gonna erase me, give me a reason." The zombie doesn't hold back. "I've had this form before. Last time it showed up was in the previous age. As for how it came to be, I developed it after destroying that metal-skinned human civilization." The mechanical zombie gets it. Gotcha, worthy of the original. But the next second he snaps, "I think I can still put up a fight." The zombie's hair grows longer, his tone firm. "No, you can't." But the mechanical zombie charges at him anyway, only to freeze mid-step as the zombie moves, with his divine right hand raised again. A light blooms from his palm. The mechanical zombie looks up in a panic. Earth itself turns into a sphere floating in the air. The zombie becomes a streak of blood red, racing toward that Earth. Then, under Ziling and Lan Qi's horrified gazes, he grabs the planet in his hand. Humans on Earth start warping, screaming for help and terror. But the zombie's giant hand responds with a ruthless squeeze of confusion. This jolts everyone's hearts. Is this it, game over? But moments later, all the red vanishes. Humans on Earth are unharmed, clueless about what just happened, feeling only dizziness. When they look toward the zombie again, they see his hand tightly gripping the mechanical zombie's neck. Lan Qi and Ziling watch in shock, unsure what the zombie just did. But they're fine. Back to the zombie. The mechanical zombie now is down to half a body, still talking tough. "Hey, badass.